Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, the world's biggest Harry Kane fan, and it is my favourite time of the week. It is the fan show where we get you guys on to come on and share your opinions on all things Tottenham. Today we are joined by Sean, who is still filling in for Jack, and this is our last show before I head over to support the boys away at Brighton at home at West Ham. Shawnee, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I overate today. I woke up feeling a bit sorry for myself, and I got a large pizza for lunch, and then I got a wimpy and chips for dinner. So I'm disgusted with myself. I'm full of regret. It's just like a local burger chain.
Oh,
I've had so many. I've had like 2 days worth of calories in 2 meals. So I'm probably going to feel.
What burger?
Just like a what's called a wimpy double cheeseburger, I think it was.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it went down nice, but it's coming back up now. I can feel the heartburn and all the.
You're making me hungry. I'm on a diet, lad. I had chicken and some vegetables. That's all I had, lad.
I'm supposed to be on a diet as well. All those Tottenham walks that I'm doing. I'm supposed to be on a bloody diet. Today I wake up and go, no.
I love it. No, look, we all have them days. You wake up, you feel sorry for yourself, and you're like, I'm just going to eat myself into a coma. That's why I've got like this, so don't do it too much, Sean. You don't want to end up like me, my man. You definitely don't. But look, we do have a lot to get through today, so we do. I want to welcome the Irish Hotspur Army, see who we have in the building. Then I want to get Sean's thoughts on some of the news today. Romano saying that Tottenham are going to offer Harry Kane a contract in the summer, but he doesn't think Harry Kane will sign it. And I also want to ask Sean a bit on the Paratici, David Ornstein from The Athletic, saying that PSG were looking for Paratici to head over there to replace Leonardo, but Paratici is he's committed to Tottenham right now. Just get Sean's thoughts on that, just a bit about Paratici, I suppose. But look, let's see what Irish Hotspur Army are in the building. We have the pixelated gamer. He says, "Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in." And he says, "Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur, and we're going to Madrid. Come on, you Spurs, and remember the good times." Big up the pixelated gamer. I hope you're keeping well, man. Dan Davenport, it's good to see you, brother. He says, Conte needs a far bigger transfer budget for summer transfer market so we can start rebuilding us. No, look, 100%, there's going to have to be some sort of substantial money put up. But look, we were told January that there will be money put up this summer. And like I've been saying since the January transfer window, for me, this summer will tell us which sort of where this club is going, whether we're going to stay going on the decline or whether they're going to do something about it. Look, Paratici and Conte are in place, in my opinion, to be able to do stuff about it. So you've got to match them with the budget, Dan. You're spot on, my man, spot on. Sue Smith says, mostly listening in tonight, guys. Feel really lousy. Hashtag Enig out. Hashtag Levy out. Hashtag Irish Army. Sue, I hope I hope you feel better soon. Look, if you're around for the West Ham game, let me know. Come on down. There's going to be a load of us out. Shawnee, myself, Jack, Ellie, who else? I'm sure Brad will be there. And there's more. There's DMT as well. He's going to be there. A guy called Daniel Herring, him and his missus, I think, are coming along. So there's going to be loads of people meeting up for a few drinks beforehand. Big up. So we have Mick Hermalock in the house. Evening, lads. Come on, you Spurs. Let's think positive. Big up, Mick. I hope you're keeping well, man. Hope you're keeping well. Tim Maloney says, keeping us entertained even when the team regularly let us down. Thanks for the hard work and all the shows, boys. No, look, big up, Tim. At the end of the day, it's all therapy. We win, we can gloat, banter other teams. We lose, it's therapy. So it's a win-win for all of us, I think, my man. But big up, Tim. I hope you're keeping well, brother. Zanuska Ramsunder's in the building, says, good evening, guys. Big up, Zanuska. I hope you're keeping well. We have Sibal Hula says, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Sibal. I hope you're keeping well. Moondog, he says, good evening, guys. Big up, Moondog. Let me know if you're going to put any dire bets on this week. Any for the Brighton game, any for the West Ham game, like that. Big up, Moondog, and I hope you're keeping well, brother. Truth Sets You Free says, big up the legends. Big up, Truth. I hope you're keeping well, my man. We have Chris, evening all. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Big up, Chris. We have Mark Cousins. He says, big up, David and Jack. Another weekend ruined. When will this misery end? Mark, did you not say you were giving up for a day or two? Did you not say you were giving up? Is that like you, Mark,
Just when I thought I was getting out, they pull me back in.
No, but big up, Mark. I hope you're keeping well, my man, and I hope you're going to the West Ham game as well, lad. We have KVP in the building. Big up, or KPV. Sorry, I always get it wrong. Big up, Kyle. I hope you're keeping well.
Kyle.
Loves coming on the pre-match pump-ups he does, and he brings always good energy. I love it. Big up, Kyle. Keep supporting the club the way you do, my man. Brad Matthew says, good evening, everyone. Smash a like and a subscribe. Big up, Brad. Hope you're keeping well. Truth Set Your Free says, Irish shots per equals legends. Shows and people talking crap are just jealous. I see them though. Nah, big up Truth. Big up, my man. He says hair is gonna hit. Big up the Truth. Welsh Gal says, evening all. David, have a good trip over tomorrow. Big up yourself. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Welsh Gal. I hope you're keeping well. Thank you so much. It's good to see you in. On your bike, Scott, he says, big up everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Scott. I hope you're keeping well, lad. We have Amir Sadar. He says, evening all. Hope everyone is doing well. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Amir. I hope you're keeping well, my man. We have Anthony Gray. Big up, Anthony Gray, putting a good comment yesterday. Paratici committed to us, I think, is a good thing. Conte committed. If Kane sees money being spent big time back in Conte this summer, I think he'll be committed to regardless Champions League or not. Absolutely love that, Anthony.
Yeah.
Look, he did a little interview and he did come out and say that he's very impressed with Conte's work. And that, Tottenham were challenging for titles and stuff like that. We're not anymore, but Conte is bringing us back to that. So he seems like he's a big fan of Conte, Anthony. So we'll see what happens, my man. Derek Hutchins says, good evening, David and Sean. Let's get after that Brighton lot. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, honestly, the stick of rocks. I can't wait to get at them. Harry Potter, platform 9 3/4. And, Dumbledore, Ron Weasley, you can roll out the whole crew. It doesn't matter. Hopefully we can cast our spell on Harry Potter and Hogwarts, and hopefully we can get the result. Derek, big yourself up, my man. Dermot's in the building, says, ladies and gentlemen, it's here. It's time for us fans to have our say on the #1 fan show on YouTube. Introducing the one and only David Irish Hotspur Harris. Come on, you Harris Army. Big up, Dermot. I hope you're keeping well, brother. We have Bob from the lane. He says, Shawnee equals a legend.
Hey, just quickly before you jump on, Bob he went out of his way to put in a comment on one of my videos. And I've got massive respect for it. I haven't had a chance to respond, Bob. But big up for you for, first of all, acknowledging Alex for supporting Dave on something that happened on another channel. Well spotted. And I watched the whole thing. And big up Alex, but big up you as well, Bob. It was good to see it, mate. Appreciate that.
Yeah, big up, Bob. What an absolute legend. And I hope you're keeping well, my man. Big yourself up. And big up Alex as well, actually. Jeffrey Spurs says, get a Wimpy Ashford. Mid-X, come on, you Spurs. Love it. I love it. Truth says, big up, Shawnee. Big up, my man. Brian C. Socrates says, big up, lads. Have a great time at the game this week. Big up all the Flat Cap Army. We drive on versus Brighton on Wednesday. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love that, Brian. Look, first of all, I definitely go over there. I'll represent, I'll scream for all of us Irish over there, my man. And look, we got to pick ourselves up. Go at Brighton, go at West Ham, go at Newcastle, who we have as well, and see where we end up after that. And I've actually forgot to put up your fan cam today. I'll do it. I'll put it up after this, my man. Big up, Socrates. I hope you're keeping well, my man. We have Simon Ekholm. He says, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Simon. Hope you're keeping well. DMT, me and Emma coming up to West Ham. We got the tickets back row somewhere. Can't wait to try our best to meet up. Can't wait. No, it's going to be a good day out, my man. I can't wait to see you. Like I said, I'll text you that morning, my man, and let you know.
We'll likely meet in the number 8 bar DMT, which is just outside on the left-hand side of the South Stand. It's the best bar. And then also in the South Stand bar at the bottom, which kind of wraps around so anyone can get to wherever they need to get to in the stadium from there. So it'd be good to meet you, mate.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be. That's it. Thank God Shawnee told us where we were going because, me, I just follow. I just told where we're going and I end up there. So big up DMT. Hope you're keeping well, man. We have Scott Hyman. He says, we got to spend big this summer for sure with all those concerts happening. Come on, you Spurs. No, 100% we do, Scotty boy. We really do. Look, the money's coming in. So, look, 2 Lady Gaga concerts, so definitely we should have some money for transfers, my man. Big up, Scott. Big up. We have John Stokes says, evening, Dave and Sean. Keep Romero, Bentancur, Skip, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, or Pirlo, Emil Høj Busquets, Kulusevski, Son, and Big Man Kane. Get rid of the rest. Hashtag come on, you Spurs. Big up, John. Look, yeah, we definitely need to get some investment in for sure and get rid of a couple. Hope you're keeping well, my man. We also have Moondog. I feel your pain, Sean. I've been on a diet for 5 years.
Yeah, same.
Same
bro.
here.
Never works. It never works. I lose a couple and I put 3 on. Lose a couple, put 3 back on. I go.
Big up, Moondog. Big up. What a legend. What a legend. We have Alfie Goslin says, come on, you Spurs, got to look on the positive. Conte have been linked with PSG as well, but it's all bullshit. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Hopefully it is bullshit, my man. Big up, Alfie. I hope you're keeping well. Are you going to the West Ham game? I think you live over there. Ellie says we have to push for that top 4, so each and every player needs to step up, turn up, and be counted. Exactly, Ellie. You tell him. And Ellie, I cannot wait to meet you for the match on Sunday. Myself, yourself, and Jack. Finally, it's going to be a good day. It is going to be a good day, Ellie. Big yourself up. What an absolute legend. And I hope that nephew of yours is okay. Everyone give Ellie's nephew a bit of love in the comments, guys. Big up, Ellie. Seaball Huda says, no problem. We lose against Man United and Liverpool, but we need to win all the games. Come on, you Spurs. Salam from Indonesia. Big up, my man. Yeah, look, we can't afford to really drop many more points in the pursuit for Champions League, my man. So we do have to, we definitely do have to keep, start winning the games that we should be winning, my man. Bobby K, big up, Bobby K. I hope you're keeping well. Big up, panel, everyone in the chat. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Bobby. I hope you're keeping well. Just make sure I haven't missed anyone. Make sure we welcome everybody in. We have Elm in the house. He says, come on, you Spurs as well. We also have Vikas Shukla. Says, I start a diet every day. Big up.
Yeah. Big you break it every afternoon, right?
And nice. Moondog also says, my bets will be on. Well, big up, Moondog. Always put them on. Look, it's going to come at some point, but I do think you're probably the only one that has spent about 500 quid on moon boots this season. Yeah, Moondog. And hopefully it does repay, my man. Hopefully it does repay. But big yourself up, lad. Really appreciate the support. Everybody, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, guys. And feel free to get your super chats in with any questions for myself, Sean. The panel will sit there, take our time and discuss it. It's also a great way to skip the chat, get yourself ahead of your queue, and just guarantees your comment to be read out, guys. But look, we understand that not everybody's in a position to be able to do it, so we will get everybody's comments up on screen. Just make sure you get your comments in onto the chat there. But Shawnee, my man, Harry Kane's new contract for Fabrizio Romano today. Basically saying that Tottenham are going to offer him one this summer, but he doesn't think Harry Kane will sign it. And that then puts Tottenham in a position where there's, 2 years left on his contract. Yeah. So it's kind of like, do they take the hit, keep him for another season, take the hit next in the hope that he'll sign a contract, or if he doesn't, you lose value in him, or what do you do, Sean? Where are you at with this situation right now?
I think the only way you get him to sign is you need to have a cocktail of things that all need to happen. You need Conte to stay. You probably need Paratici to commit, because they seem to have like some synergy and some relationship going there. You obviously you need Daniel Levy to back us, and whatever that looks like, whether it's 100 million, 150, 200 million. I think that the truth will be like that will land somewhere between 100 and 150 of new spend, and then whatever we can get off. If we can somehow shift an Ndombele out or a Lo Celso out, we can cancel those payments that we owe to the teams that we owe them to. All of that stuff will help. But I think the key thing is, like, first of all, I can't see Harry Kane winding the clock down, leading us on. I can't see him doing something like what Sol Campbell did, right, where we get caught out. I don't think he would do that to his reputation. I don't think that he would do that to Tottenham. I think he'll be unequivocally clear with how he sees it and whether he wants to stay or not. But I think what we would need to do in order to get it done this season, this summer, I think you'll see the Harry Kane thing. If it does happen, it would happen late. And it would be as a consequence of us getting the business done, or the lion's share of our business done, very early, which I think ties into Conte saying, what he was saying, alluding to the idea of like, don't wait until June the 1st to start thinking about who you want. Like, get on it now, so that have the conversations now, so that pending certain outcomes with whoever the teams are, where they finish, where we finish, all that stuff, you've got plan A, B, C, D, and E lined up. You've got your forecasts. As a businessman, he'll have cash flow forecasts based on whether we finish 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, or 4th, or elsewhere, or otherwise. And so whatever it looks like, he's got to have like a very complex kind of like file of who do we want if we can get them at this price, depending on whether we finish here or there. And that might be 25 or even 40 targets, but they should be in the process of being arranged now so that June is not a case of we start looking. June is a case of we start finalizing. And if we can get all that stuff done early, then by July, Harry Kane will know, Conte will know, everyone will know how seriously we're taking this summer or next season. And if we can get 4 or 5 of the 7 or 8 players that we need, if we can get that stuff all done and tied up in June, then there's an outside chance that Harry Kane might look at it and go, okay, you backed him. Conte's staying, Paratici's staying, I'll stay. And not only will I stay, but I'll sign a new contract. If any of that stuff doesn't happen, then I don't think Kane will sign a new contract. And then we do have that difficult conversation where, well, if he's worth 120 million now, next season he's worth 50. You know, because he's got a year on his contract, and then the following January he could sign with Barcelona or sign with United or whoever, or City on a pre-contract. Yeah. And I don't want to see Daniel Levy because he's a smart businessman. So let's see you be smart here, mate, because otherwise you're going to end up writing down an asset that's worth 120 million, and we don't want that to happen. So that's how I see it. That's how I would hope it was approached. And that's the only way I can see Kane signing an extension. He needs to get everything needs to happen early in the window, and then he can make his decision a bit later.
Yeah, look, just quickly, Dermot, I hope you do feel better, my man. Big yourself up, Dermot. I hope you feel better, lad. Look, for me on Harry Kane, I don't know why I just have this optimism that I think he will actually sign a new contract come the summer. Look, I think he will go to the board looking for assurances or guarantees what sort of money they're going to spend, what they're looking to bring in. For me, though, I would like to see him sign a contract this summer. I think he might, I just think he might. I think what will happen, Spurs will look to offer it to him very early because, look, there's already rumours about United, City already lining up bids for Harry Kane. Yeah. So I think Spurs will look to offer early in the summer. He might reject it on the basis that he might want to hang out till later on in the summer to see what's going on. And he might not even sign it until come the new season. But for me, look, I do think it comes down to the ambition shown this summer. I think everything hinges on the ambition this summer. You even look at the links with Conte to PSG. Now, look, it looks like it's not happening. It looks like Zidane is their preferred choice. But look, Conte was on their list. So for me, we've got to back the club this summer in terms we've got to back Paratici because, again, PSG is sniffing around. It keeps Harry Kane. It keeps Conte. It's absolutely huge that we back and we spend this summer. We bring in the quality players. But I do think he will. I do think Kane will sign a new contract. I think he'd like to stay at Tottenham. I think he's so close to all records. I mean, if he scores against Brighton, he breaks Wayne Rooney's Premier League away goal record. And he's not. I think he'll definitely want to stay in the Premier League anyway for sure because he'd be chasing the Alan Shearer record. Yeah. And for me, I think it makes sense to stay at Tottenham and go for the Jimmy Greaves record as well. To be honest with you, in my opinion.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, finish.
No, go on.
What do you think will mean more to him at the end of his career? Staying at a team like Tottenham, where he's going to get 15, 20 goals a season. But at Manchester City, they spread the goals around, right? So I don't necessarily know if he's going to get as many goals. He might win something, right? He's more likely to win a lot at Manchester City. But if he does go there, I'm not so sure he gets the Alan Shearer record as easily as if he was to stay in a club that can still win games and comfortably should be able to most times out. But he's going to be the lion's share of the goals. So my question is, what do you think is more important to him? Would it be to get the Alan Shearer record as a personal success metric, to retire going, I'm the greatest all-time Premier League player, the greatest all-time Tottenham player, the greatest all-time England player, or to maybe lose a couple of those things, but win a Premier League?
Look, it depends. It kind of depends what sort of player you are. Look, I think every player has the ambition of winning trophies. They all dream of lifting the trophies and stuff like that. But look, career takes different paths. The thing is, it's not like Harry Kane hasn't had a chance to win anything at Tottenham. Yeah, because he has. He's had plenty of times. We've just fallen short. It'd be a different story if we weren't offering him any sort of position. Now, look, over the last 2 years, it's declined, and he's probably thinking, can it happen at Tottenham? But as far as I'm aware, he's pretty happy with Antonio Conte. And he does believe that Antonio Conte can get us back there. But for me, look, Harry Kane, as mentioned loads of times, he always mentions trophies. He kind of says, like, look, personal accolades are nice, but I do want trophies. But look, again, it all comes down to, can City stump up the money for him? Can United stump up for the money for him? And if he doesn't get his move this summer, I'm sure they'll get in a long-term striker elsewhere, United and City this summer. So it kind of like, where does it leave Harry Kane to go to, But for me, look, I just wish his brother Charlie wasn't his agent, to be honest with you. That guy's just a shit star. He's a gooner as well. But look, Big H, King of the Lane, he loves Tottenham. He is Mr. Tottenham right now.
Yeah.
Look, I just think, for me, we've given him plenty of chances to win trophies. We haven't. It's a bit like the Steven Gerrard situation back in the day where, the Chelsea move was on the horizon. He seriously thought about it. But then when it was in his hands, he kind of sat there, thought about it, and he's like, well, it would mean more for me to win something at Liverpool than winning 10 trophies at Chelsea. And I think that's kind of like a decision he has to make up himself this summer, Shawnee. But look, the next one I want to get into is Paratici. Look, he's one that splits a big divide amongst the fan base, to be fair to him. Some call him Con Paratici, some call him Don Paratici, some call him Paratici, Sean. But, look, when it comes to this guy, and you see the likes of PSG approaching him, do you think he's a good operator? Do you think he's a con? And are you happy that he's committing himself to Tottenham, or do you even really care? Do you think there's better out there? We can just go and get somebody else.
Oh, look, I mean, I don't know, man. Like you look at people like Hitchy, and you look at all the guys we previously had. That we go, well, this guy was awful for Tottenham, absolutely awful. Why did we keep him? Why did we sign him in the first place? And then you go and check the record of what the guy did at Liverpool, where he signed Suarez. Everybody that's in that kind of that ilk, that kind of director of football role, most of them have got some sort of success somewhere. They've signed somebody that's awesome, that's been a super success, and they've also signed flops. It probably comes with the territory. Like, you take chances on some players. It's almost like a private equity investor, that would go and invest in like 100 companies or 20 companies, hoping that one of them, goes gangbusters and then makes them enough money or makes their career and their reputation set in gold or set in stone. So I don't know too much about Paratici. Like, what can we reflect on him so far? He signed 2 players this summer or this January that look like they're going to be successes, and both of them look like they were fairly decent value. He managed to find people to get rid who were interested in Ndombele, Lo Celso, Dele Alli. Like, he managed to get rid of some of the dross. So you have to give him ticks there. But then you also have to say, well, he did also bring in Galini. That was a shit show. He's brought in Emerson Royale, and by all accounts, he's massively overpaid for him. He's brought in Brian Hill, and it's clear that we massively overpaid for him. So I don't know. So far for me, and also like the caveat about his successes with Bentancur and Kulusevski are that he went back to his old club to get them. So, you can't constantly rely on going back to Juventus. You can't do that. So as of right now, we haven't really seen him go to a club that he's not
back
familiar
to Juventus, though, Sean. Bad business, though, because it's kind of like, look, he knows what they're like. He knows the good players. He obviously knew that they'd come into Tottenham and help improve the starting 11 straight away. Yeah. So is that smart business? Taking advantage, getting players that were not necessarily available to Tottenham beforehand, getting them at the price that we've got them at, or is that just a cop-out to cover up for the January transfer window?
No, I think it's a variable. It's something to consider, mate. It's like, well, okay, it's been a success and well done, and you've used your network, and that network is the network that's the strongest in your kind of file of facts, right? So well done, but as of yet, every player that you brought in that has come from a club that you don't have a relationship or you don't have an obvious connection with hasn't really been value for money. But you did organise the transfers of players going out that none of us wanted anymore. So, look, and there's nothing wrong with going back to what you know. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying, going forward, how many other times are we gonna feed from the Juventus trough, or drink from the Juventus trough? I don't think we can do that constantly. So we do need him to go and find some treasures outside. I'm happy. I'm not unhappy with him, but I think the jury is still out, right? So this summer, it's a massive window for everything. It's a massive window for him. He needs to prove everybody that doubts him wrong. He needs to go and find, I don't know, like, we talk about this all the time. How many players do we need? Some people say we need 5 or 6. Some people say we need 12. Some people say we need everything.
Because I think after every game at the minute, there's a new position being added to the list.
Yeah, right. So I just think that I don't think you can do it all in one summer. You couldn't do it all in one January. You certainly can't do it all in one summer if we're talking about double figures. But it's a massive window for him. It's a massive window for Daniel Levy. It's a massive window for Harry Kane, for Conte, for the fans. Whatever happens, whether we finish fourth or 8th or anywhere in between, like the people in the background of Tottenham need to fire. They need to be lit all summer long, and they need to be starting their work now. And if any of it doesn't pan out, then I think all of them, are going to have let us down. But so far, mate, right now, I'll give Paratici a 6.5 because there's good parts and bad parts to his story so far.
Yeah, no,
a 7. I'll give him a 7. I'm not going to be too harsh on him. I'll give him a 7.
No, look, for me, I think 6 months is a bit too early to be judging the guy or calling him a con or anything like that. I think, look, people were willing to give Steve Hitchen, 3-4 years, 300 million worth. And look, I get some people that question the signing of Brian Hill, Emerson and stuff like that. But what I will also say is, name me 3 better signings than Kulusevski, Bentancur and Romero over the last 5 years. Name me 3 better signings than that, Yeah. But then you also have the other part where it's like, look, for me, I think Gill is going to be a world-class player. I think he has all the attributes to be an absolute baller. Look, it just hasn't worked out for the guy. Emerson, look, I would like to see it work out for him. I really would. He does need to get better on the ball. But for me, he's better than Doherty defensively. Galini, look, I think that was a stopgap because we have to remember we didn't know whether Hugo Lloris was signing a new contract, anything like that. Joe Hart was, apparently he was very good at organising the likes of bingo and Pokemon nights out or whatever else you may have.
Cricket in the training ground,
in the dressing room, leader for that. And I don't think so for me, you had to get the guy out. You bring in somebody that's a bit better than Joe Hart. But look, as much as you want to look at some of them signings, I would say you look at Kulusevski, Bentancur, Romero, name me 3 better over the last 4 or 5 years. For me, I think this summer kind of tells us all what sort of operator he is. But look, it can't be that bad if Juventus and now PSG are trying to get him. He can't be that bad in my opinion. And plus, look, I think there's a lot of other added benefits that he brings. The way he structures some of the deals that he does, bringing in players. Some of them are coming in on loan first, prove themselves. You prove yourself, we'll sign you. I think it's very smart. It was, look, with Romero, we got him in during the height of a pandemic, and we don't have to pay for him until this summer. You look at Kulusevski, it's one of them. Real hot talent, but 21, you don't really know what way it's going to go. Bring him in on loan, he does the business. We'll have an obligation to buy in there. You're going to get that deal done. Bentancur, so for me, I think the way he structures deals and everything else for the club, I think is absolutely brilliant. So I think there's a lot more benefits there as well. He shows that he can stretch a budget. And look,
Dave, we shouldn't overlook. He did get rid of those players, right?
Yes.
Hitchen didn't get rid of them. Nobody. Well, we were saying for so long, who the fuck's going to want Ndombele? Who's going to want Lo Celso? Who's going to want Dele Alli? And if Dele Alli does, for whatever reason, play 25 games, then we start to get paid back on Dele Alli a little bit. And so I think you have to give him credit for that as well. Sorry to interrupt, mate.
No, I definitely think so. Look, I know no Spurs fans want to hear the word budget. But look, no matter what's thrown at him, this guy has shown that he can work in it. So look, whether it's a shit budget that none of us want and we don't agree with, at least the guy can work in it. But if it's a brilliant budget, hopefully the guy can work within it and maybe stretch it to bring in that 1 or 2 extra players as well. He's a good manipulator of the budget for sure. John Fitzpatrick, big up, my man. I'm not sure if it's true, but someone said in the comments you had a kid. If you did, congratulations, my man. If you didn't,
big up, John.
If you didn't, I don't know what to say to you. But what I will say is my man, You went hiding after the Moon Boots episode at the weekend. Not closing down Dyer and ballooning the ball back to David De Gea. You only called me out on Tommy Talks Ball the night before, and then you didn't come in here for the Moon Boots talk, my man. I was disappointed, John, but it's good to see you, lad. It is good to see you. But look, Sean, I'd say people are probably fed up with hearing our voices over the last couple of days. So I think it's about time we start getting on some guests. What do you think, lad?
Yeah, I completely agree, mate. Enough of us. Let's get the other voices on. Okay.
Yeah, look, from one horse voice to another, let's get on the Godfather himself. It's Philip Brady. Philip, my man, how are you keeping? Well, we know how you keep. Tell the public how you keep.
Oh, yeah. I nearly want to be speaking in sign language tonight. My voice is nearly gone, but anyway, I'll try and struggle through.
No, I love it. But look, Philip, you know what? Where do you want to start? What do you want to talk about? Kane contract, Paratici, the United game. What's on your mind?
33 points is what's on my mind. That's what's left to play for.
Congrats.
More than enough for us to get the top four, providing a lot of things fall our way,
Yeah.
I mean, I read an awful lot of stuff after the United defeat. Oh, the top four's finished. Okay, maybe it is, but mathematically it's not. And until the maths say we can't get top four, I'm going to keep saying we're going to get it.
Yeah.
And you have to be positive. I mean, it's the hope that kills you. But I'm not going to go around, oh, Jews, we're going to lose to this, we're going to lose to that, we're going to get no more points, we're playing Liverpool soon. We are playing teams this week that we can beat. Now, Brighton, we owe Brighton for a couple of games, like a couple of seasons ago when they beat us. Yeah. We owe West Ham every time we play them for even being there. The cheek of them didn't come to our ground thinking they're a football team.
Yeah.
So we owe them. And I think Newcastle.
How many points can we afford to lose, Phil?
Oh, and what have we got? What have we got at the moment? Is it 45, 40?
Yeah, we got this. I've updated it today. So we've got 45 points. Wolves are on 46, Arsenal 51, United 50, West Ham 48. So we're behind the 8 ball a little bit, but walk us through that.
You've got to be looking at 70 points, which doesn't leave a lot of margin for error. It means we can only drop what?
8 more points, 9 more
lose
points.
2 and draw 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where do you see those losses?
Oh, I mean, look at the teams we've lost to, as well.
Yeah,
it's not very good. Although we were the better team on Saturday, we should have won that match. And make a statement. But the problem is, it mightn't have been a good time to play United because they were coming off an embarrassing defeat, and there had to be a reaction, and there was. And let's face it, Ronaldo has scored goals against every team he's played. You'd think from some of the comments, we were the only team he ever scores against. He's the world's leading scorer ever now, Yeah.
And he was fired up, right? There was something that was amiss about that whole hip flexor injury thing, why he was missing at Man City. That was nonsense. He was he was overseas, right? And he always scores against Tottenham. So you kind of knew, or tell me, Phil, did you think it in the back of your mind, if Ronaldo plays, we're going to struggle?
Yeah, I heard on Thursday that he hadn't trained. I thought, great, he's not going to play. And when I heard on Friday he was playing, I said, this isn't going to be easy,
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm no Ronaldo. I was always in the Messi camp, but you got to give the guy credit. I mean, he's 37 years of age, going on 21. It's an incredible athlete. He really is.
He is. Yeah.
What do you make of his hat trick goal, Philip? A lot of controversy amongst the Spurs fan base. A lot of people reckon that Doherty and Romero could have done better. A lot of people reckon that. Look, it's Ronaldo. I mean, the guy's an absolute specimen in the air.
This is the header. I mean,
compete with him. Where do you stand on that?
There are very few people who can match Ronaldo in the air. Very, very few, and we don't have any of them. So okay, maybe they could have gone close, tighter to him, put him off. Give him a bit of a shove. But I mean, over the years, you've seen Ronaldo score so many goals like that. He's like a spring heel. He can leap much higher than anybody else. So. It was unfortunate when we pulled it back to 2 each, but you've got to, I mean, as a football fan, you've got to applaud the guy, even though it was against us,
Who should have been marking him? There's a lot of people on Twitter saying that Tottenham's defenders, they all want to avoid the best offensive players on the other team when it comes to set pieces, that none of them want a man mark the best guys. Like, I don't know. Looking at it again, like Doherty was the man left holding the baby, but it looked like it was Romero's initially, and I couldn't even figure out, looking at the replay 100 times, whether we were doing zonal or man marking or a combination of both. Who should have been taking care of him? Even if, like you say, if you can't compete in the air, give him a little, throw him off his stride. Like, who should have been? Who's that?
Well, I mean, you got to put your I'd say your tallest player on him, because if he goes up against a player of the same height, he's going to outjump him. So I mean, maybe Dyer should have been on him.
Bentoncourt, one of those two, isn't it? I think Bentoncourt's 6'2", and I think Dyer's 6'1". So
but no, it was just like the guy just he did it. Let's just say that the main thing I took out of that game on Saturday was, if Ronaldo hadn't been playing, we would have won that game comfortably.
Yeah.
Because we were the better team, but you can't legislate for genius like that. And dudes. I mean, I say that reluctantly, because I don't like bigging up other teams' players, but you've got to give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Any blame for Lloris on the first goal? His positional play, or any blame at Dyer for not closing the gap before Ronaldo took the shot? Anything there?
I think maybe Dyer was more to blame than Lloris. I find it very hard to blame Hugo Lloris, just to be honest with you, because I know he makes the odd gaff, but the times he has saved us and the times he's kept us in matches, you've got to say, like, everybody's human, and everyone makes mistakes. So I would say, partially to blame, but probably Dyer maybe should have closed things down a bit quicker.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. And Philip, do you think maybe once we got the equaliser, the second goal, because look, it's very rare that you come back from being behind twice at Old Trafford, let alone a third time. But you think after the second goal that maybe we could have went for the game a little bit more? Because it seems like we would kind of just drop back into shape, and we were looking to catch them on the counter. You think maybe once we got the second, we could have went for it?
Well, I was hoping it was going to be another Leicester. Remember when we got the second goal against Leicester? Into the back, grabbed the ball and back to the halfway line. We didn't see that this time. I think, to be honest with you, psychologically, they'd settle for a point. Which, let's face it, wouldn't have been a bad result at Old Trafford, But that's maybe where Conte has to do a little bit of tweaking, is to get that Leicester mentality in all games, not just the ones where we're happy to get away with a point. We should be going to every match expecting to win it. And it looks to me as if we were happy with a point at United, which is something that needs to be worked on, because they would have been, if we'd have gone at them, I'd say we would have won that match. There wouldn't have been any need for Ronaldo.
Players or the management, Philip?
Sorry?
Does that come from the players or the management?
It's a bit of both. I think the management is trying to instill the Leicester scenario into them, and the players react at times. They didn't react on Saturday. And again, I'll put that down to the occasion, because let's face it, over the years, Spurs have gone to Man United and been lucky to get a cup of tea at half time.
Yeah.
Really, we normally get beat up there. In recent years, we've gone there and we've had some very good results recently. But that just seemed to freeze. Yeah. There's only 8 minutes to go, or 10 minutes, or whatever it was. We'll hold on for a point here, lads. And if we nick it, all well and good. But there wasn't the resolve or the energy or the commitment to go and throw hell leather at United. And it's just a pity we didn't, because we would have won it if they'd done it.
Yeah, spot on.
Let's face it, Man City have invented the false number 9. Harry Maguire's invented the false number 5.
I love that. Just quickly before Sean asks you a question, Ellie says, "Big up Philip Brady." Any relation to Arsenal's Liam Brady? No. Thank God. The Braids is the man with all the philosophical analysis and so great at putting his points across that are so on point. Big up, Ellie. There is no better than the Godfather himself, for sure. Absolutely love it. But sorry, Shawnee, I think you had a question there for Philip.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. I wanted to hear, like, moving away from the defending for the goals. What did you think of Conte's substitutions? The main one I want to pick your brain on is Kulusevski coming off for Lucas Moura. In my opinion, me and Dave were talking about it at the time. We were calling for Lucas Moura to be on from about the 65th minute. And when he finally got on, they took off the best player on Tottenham's pitch, arguably him or Højbjerg, whatever, however you want to see it. But do you think it should have been somebody else? Or do you think it was the right move to take off Kulu?
We don't know. We don't know what the fitness level, Kulu's fitness levels were. Maybe he was, he got a knock. I don't, like, obviously Lucas Moura is the obvious replacement for Kulusevski. You know, they play the same position.
Yeah.
It's not something I gave a lot of thought to be honest. I thought when he went off, I thought maybe he's run his course. I mean, you know, the guy would have. I don't know what his stats were for Saturday.
They were really good. I think we lost Phil for a second.
Oh, are you back, Philip? No. Look, I'll take him out, and then if I'll keep an eye in the background if he comes back. Philip, come back on. I was enjoying that. Don't leave me, Philip. Come on, we're not that bad.
I've won the Irish hat today. My new Irish hat for Dave and for Philip. Come on, there he is.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. The internet was a bit slow all evening. So anyway,
you're getting two appearances today, lad. You're taking it over. I love it.
Sorry, I was not coughing there. Anyway, yeah, no, I mean, I suppose maybe Lucas's extra pace, maybe that was why he did it. I mean, Kulo just hasn't got that extra yard of pace that the Lucas has, and maybe he wanted to shake them up a little bit, but who knows? Who knows?
I guess that the obvious, or the name that I didn't mention that maybe I posited at the time, and I think Dave. I'm not sure if Dave agreed with me or not, but we thought Kulusevski was playing really well, and we thought that Sonny was just having a really bad day. And we thought that maybe, you know, if Lucas can play central and he can play on the right, but he's a right footer, he could easily maybe slot into Sonny's position. So a lot of people say you can't take Sonny off because he can't, you know, without him, you're left with just Harry Kane who can score goals. But since the arrival of Kulusevski does offer goals and assists and creativity. So I don't think that it's necessarily as obvious a choice to always take off somebody other than Sonny or Kane if you're bringing on Bergwijn or bringing on Lucas. So I was wondering if you thought maybe Sonny could have been subbed instead.
Yeah, I mean, I know we all love Sonny, but nobody is indispensable in a game like that. I think Sonny had a poor game on Saturday there. And I mean, how much is that guy earning? 200 grand a week? I think he could buy himself a decent pair of boots with studs that keep him standing upright. You know? I mean, he fell over a couple of times there where it would be easier to stay upright and score. But
five times he slipped over, Phil, yeah.
Was it? Yeah, well, I think, okay, maybe United put grease on the pitch. You wouldn't trust any of these Northerners at all.
We thought that, didn't we, Dave? We said that.
Yeah. No, I think Sonny possibly
trying to capitalize on it. They're out there asking for €5 admission to the circus, you know, so they were.
All right. No, I think Sonny maybe should have been subbed. Maybe, I mean, Lucas Moura can do the business, score the goals, you know, when he's on his day. But I just hope Son hasn't got this reputation where he is completely untakeoffable. We don't want that. No matter how good a player is, if the situation warrants it, you're off.
Completely
and that
agree.
goes for Harry Kane as well. You know,
completely agree.
You know, it's nobody's bigger than the team. And
if you're unsubbable, it means that there's there's nothing to lose, right? You can play as bad as you want, and you're always going to keep your place. If there's no competition for your spot,
and then what happens is you get lazy, you get complacent, you don't bother running back, you don't bother tracking back, and you cost your team a goal in the knowledge you're not going to be subbed. So you know, keep them keen. That's probably the best way of saying it. You know.
Yeah. Look, maybe moving on from the game, so Philip, we'll move on to Paratici. Look, Paratici confirms, he's committed to Tottenham. You know, what's your thoughts on that whole situation? You know, the fact that he wants to stay at Tottenham even though PSG were lurking.
I'm delighted he wants to stay at Tottenham, and he's absolutely dead right going to a circus like PSG. You know, where egos rule the roost. He's far better off at a club like Spurs where he can do something good, rather than going to PSG and living life literally in a goldfish bowl. Every move will be in the Paris papers every morning, you know, and they will expect him to be signing the likes of, you know, the next Messi every transfer window, whereas the expectations aren't quite so high at Tottenham. You know, they should be high, but they're not quite that high. So no, he'd be mad to go to PSG, because I think we saw the other day what that is a club built on sand. They have no backbone whatsoever.
Yeah,
I mean, my God, they collapsed like a deck of cards once Real Madrid scored. And okay, they can argue all the like that goal should have been disallowed. That wasn't a foul on the goalkeeper. That was a goalkeeper pouncing around instead of getting rid of the ball. And fair dues to what do you call him for scoring the hat trick. But no, I think stay with Spurs and enhance your reputation there, because you go to PSG, you'll only ruin your reputation, which I'm afraid Poch is probably in the throes of doing at the moment, because he's not going to finish it. This is not going to finish well for Poch this season. You know?
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. Dean Webb says Ericsson on the 6 months. Are you romantic? I think so, my man. Look, I think a lot of the footballing world are waiting to see how he gets on for them 6 months, my man. Yeah, look, for me, I'm delighted he's committing himself to Tottenham. I mean, it can only do us good for sure. And what do you think on the Harry Kane situation? You know, Romano reckons that the Tottenham are going to offer him a contract this summer, but he's going to reject it.
We get top four, we get Conte, we get Kane. We don't get top four, we get Conte, we probably don't get Kane. That'd be my reading on it.
Where will he go, Phil?
Well, he's not going to go to Man City now because they've got Haaland, and he'd be an idiot to go to Man United, because that's an even bigger shit show than where he's at the minute. You know?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, you could find. Sorry.
Would Liverpool want him?
No, I don't think
put the light on. Sorry, someone's switching the light off on me here. That's it. Studio no, I mean, Liverpool possibly. It depends on what Salah does. I mean, I know Salah's looking for
great point.
Or whatever he's looking for. You know, if he doesn't get what he's looking for, he's off. Well, he's a mercenary anyway. But Salah goes to Liverpool. That's a possibility. But I would say maybe one of the foreign clubs, maybe Barcelona, Real Madrid, might come after him. You know, but I hope not. And I hope that Conte, that we finish the season well enough. Okay, say we miss out in the top four by 2 points or something. But Conte sits Harry down and says, Harry, these are the players we're buying for next season. And Harry says, right, that's fine with me. I'll stay. It's my worry is that Levy comes out with these pie-in-the-sky promises to Conte and doesn't back him up. And come the 30th of August next year, Harry's off with no replacement. That's my biggest fear. Yeah. So this transfer window is the absolute make or break for Tottenham Hotspur. We either back the manager or we become another Everton. And that's
my fears. Yeah, that's my fears. That's my fears. You know, this summer I think tells us everything we need to know, Philip. So it does. But look, my man, anything else you want to say to the people out there before we let you go, brother?
No, let's keep the faith, lads. I mean, the Irish expedition is heading over tomorrow to save Spurs for the next 2 matches. So know, tell the team we cannot win. I mean, your first trip to the ground didn't end too well, so the next 2 matches have to be better. And we win those 2 games, and I think we will be here next Monday night with a smile on our face. I don't know what would it be like.
Do you know what? I hope so. I really do hope so. But look, quickly, Philip, what's your thoughts ahead of Brighton West Ham, actually? What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I've watched Brighton a bit, and the Brighton are a team that we deserve to smash out of the ground on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. One, the manager thinking he's bigger than Spurs. He deserves a slap for that.
Yeah.
And the team is going backwards. I don't know how many they've lost on the bounce now, but it's not good. 5 or 6 on the bounce. Okay, Murphy's Law kicks in, they beat us. But no, I think we play like we did against United for most of the time and do what we did against Everton. Just keep at the... Like, we go 3-0 up, I want 4. We go 4-0 up, I want 5. I want to see ruthless shithousery from Spurs, you know? And the one thing I will mention is I love what Christian Romero did to Harry Maguire on the own goal. And keep that Roy Keane thinks it was ungentlemanly conduct. What does he know about gentlemanly conduct?
He ruined Inga Haaland's career. What are you talking about, bro?
You know, I just love that. That summed up. That guy is into Spurs, and he's going to be a hero for us.
Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. But look, Philip, my man, make sure you look after yourself, get yourself better, and we'll see you soon, my man.
David, listen, enjoy your trip. I'll be watching out for the posts. And, tell Harry Kane I was asking for him.
I will.
Sean, we'll see you soon.
Cheers, Phil. Love you, man. See you soon, buddy.
See you, Philip. Look after yourself, Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, guys, what a way to open it. Philip, he just puts a smile on everybody's
He's
face.
great. He's
you
so
know,
good.
he is. You know, you speak to Philip and all of a sudden all the problems around you are just, you know, God, you speak to Philip, life is easy. I absolutely love it. Big up, Philip. What a guest. What a guest. Never, ever change, my man. Moondog says, I just hope we do our signings early in the summer. Yeah, Moondog.
Same.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna have to. We have to start getting. We have to act early this summer.
At least one or two, Dave. Right? Like, just get like whatever the biggest name we want.
Go after your two priority. Your top two priority.
Bang. June the 1st. Bang. Bang. June the 2nd. Welcome to Spurs. Memphis Depay. Welcome to Spurs. Whoever it might be. Welcome to Spurs. De Ligt, De Vrij, whoever it is. Bring them in, and then we can all get super excited. Then we just see what happens.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind jacking off around all summer, looking at two quality signings coming in, knowing there's more. You know what I mean? Look, for me, it's got to be done like that, just like Houdini. Get the two players that you think are critical to what you need to do next season. You get them done early, purely because there's going to be other clubs that want them. Tottenham don't go in for players that other teams don't necessarily want. So in order to get in there early, whatever they want, pay it, get them in, because if not, that then opens yourself up to a bidding war. It opens yourself up to losing someone like we did Diaz to Liverpool. Yeah. You know, so you can't. You got to get in there, get it done quick. Bish bosh bang out, seal it bang, and the dirt is gone. You know what I mean? Honestly, Shani, that's what it's got to be, my man. You know?
I love it. Seal it bang and the dirt is gone. 100%.
Honestly, it's got to be like a 40-year-old single man walking into a brothel in Amsterdam. You know, 2 minutes, done, dusted, lad. It's got to be that easy. It's got to be. It's got to be. But big up, Moondog.
You promise you'd never tell.
Moondog again. Big up, Moondog. He says, honestly, who let the dog out? Huh? Big up, Moondog. Who let the dog out? Come on, content it. 33 points. Left, lads, I'm fired up. I'm looking for top 3. Jesus Christ, man.
That's pink delusion.
Do you know what? I wonder, could you even almost buy it off Chelsea right now? You know, because they're that stuck for money. You could probably almost just buy it off them. Just wave a check in front of their face, and they might snatch your hands off. You know, who knows, Moondog? But big up, Moondog. What a legend. Look, I'm deluded, Moondog, but I'm not that deluded. I don't think top 3 is on the cards, but top 4 is still there.
Yeah.
Big up, Graham. I hope you're keeping well, brother. We have the truth set you free. What a legend. He's free anyway. He is free. He says, thanks for the great content and positive attitude over the last 5 months. Means the world during a crazy pandemic for people's mental health. Big up, lads. Well, look, first of all, everyone else out there has helped me more than what I would say I've helped them, to be honest with you. Truth sets you free. They've given me a new life. They've given me confidence. They've accepted my passion for Tottenham, even though it may not be their way of supporting the club. I've met so many friendly people. So, I mean, it's been unbelievable. They've saved me, my man, you know, from getting out of bed to the couch depressed. You know, they've saved me. And look, don't get me wrong, it hasn't been easy. You know, the last few months have been a bit up and down and stuff personally, but we just keep persevering, my man. So big yourself up, truth set you free. Really, really do appreciate that, brother. And look, you know, all this is about, all I want to ever do here is just, you know, make Spurs content, you know, give everybody a voice, leave you out, leave you in. It doesn't matter. Give everybody a voice where we can sit here and just debate on absolutely everything. Because we're all passionate Spurs fans at the end of the day. So really appreciate that, truth set you free. What an absolute legend. Sean, want to say the truth?
Yeah, truth. I mean, I've only been involved in the community for 4 months. So I'm guessing that's aimed at David and Jack. But for my part, mate, ever since I came in to David's world, you know, he's given me the chance to be a part of a fantastic channel. And you've been there from the day one, always bigging me up, bro. And I've got as much love for everybody in the comments as I possibly could. Yourself very much included, mate. It's been a game changer for me as well. Like, you know, I won't dwell on it, but I had a whole life in New York, and before that Australia, and then I moved home and then started up my own thing, my own business, and going from being like someone who was always around hundreds of people doing my job, and then coming back and starting your own thing by yourself. It's lonely. Transitions are lonely in life sometimes, and finding this community has been one of the best things, if not the best thing, that's happened to me in the last 4 or 5 years, if I'm entirely honest. So I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to Dave, to Jack, to everybody in the community that's on the panels, and also to everybody in the comments. Man, it's been a wonderful experience and part of a journey that I want to be a part of for a long time to come.
Yeah, and look, hopefully we can keep doing this for a long time to come. Look, at the end of the day, what I like about this community is that we can all have different opinions. And my God, there's so many people in it that everyone has different opinions. Opinions are flying left, right, and center. But at the end of the day, we're not shooting anyone down for their opinions. We're giving people a platform to air it out, sit here and debate, and we all do it respectfully between whoever's on screen and the comments. It's absolutely amazing. And this community has been life-changing for me. It's given me confidence. It's, helped me with my mental health and everything else. So big up, Truth Set You Free, brother. I really, really appreciate that support, my man. What a top man. Honestly, bringing it to an emotional level, Truth.
I got something in my eye. I gotta go.
Making me look like a pussy in front of Neo. Stop it. Big up, Truth. Big up, my man. Oh, legend. Ellie's in the building. Ellie, I hope you are keeping well. Well, we already knew she was in the building, but look, Ellie, I really appreciate the support. And like I said, I hope your nephew is okay, Ellie. Hopefully he's good. She says, top 4, we can do it. Believe, everybody. Believe, in capital words, just so that everyone can see it. I absolutely love that. Look, I've said this many, many times. I'm one of them fans that, look, many people call me delusional, rightly so. But look, for me, unless it's mathematically not possible, I will never, ever give up that hope, ever. Look, many people, you can come out and blow my candle out all you want, but I've got lighter fluid and a lighter. I'll just keep lighting that baby until it's not mathematically possible. And then, look, once it's not mathematically possible, I adjust my hopes then to 5th and then 6th. That's just the sort of fan I am. But look, I get people that aren't happy with the situation. I mean, none of us really are, but this is just my way of dealing with a tough situation that we're going through at Tottenham right now. And for me, I'm always glass half full. Even if there's that little drizzle at the bottom of the glass, I look at it and I'm like, well, there's got to be someone out in the desert that's paying for water right now. So I'm the lucky boy. I've got that little drizzle of water left. I'm just one of them, always glass half full. But you've got to believe, you can't give up. All the words coming out of the club today, Ellie, is that, Hugo Lloris saying, can't give up. Yes, it's an opportunity missed. Can't give up. And I'm liking that. But we have heard all this before, saying the right things. Just do more of the right things on the pitch as well, Ellie, and hopefully we can rescue the situation this season. Sean, anything you want to say to the beloved Ellie?
Oh, just that she's the queen of. I said before in the background of a stream that she said she was great in the kitchen. I came out saying Ellie's the queen of the kitchen, and ever since then I've always cringed because it sounded so. It sounded so misogynistic. I didn't mean it to. I love Ellie. It was awesome meeting you. I know you love a Guinness with a little bit of blackcurrant, Ellie. You're a phenomenal person. And yes, we absolutely can do it. We absolutely can do it. We've got to keep believing until we can't. And then we just lower our expectations to top 5 and then to top 6. And then whatever happens after that. But come on, Ellie. Love it.
Yeah, look, I'm like an elevator. Whatever floor I put, whatever floor, is the best I get out on, That's what we're like. We're like an elevator. We start off here and then just by game, we're going down one floor, down another floor. Big up, Ellie. Hope you're keeping well. What a legend. It's good. Who else have we got here? Let me see. We've also got Truth Set You Free again. He says, he's the Irish Hotspur. The Irish Hotspur. I just don't think you understand. He comes from Kildare. He has a huge pair. He is the Irish Hotspur. I love it. I absolutely love it, Truth. Really big yourself up, my man. Honestly, we need to get the Spurs crowd chanting and singing that one day, brother. Big yourself, Truth Set You Free. I hope you're keeping well, my man. You're right there, Sean. He looks like you're after seeing the ghost.
No, I'm listening. Just listening.
Big up, Truth Set You Free. What a legend. And then we have Ben Kaufman. He says, sorry, I'm not joining you boys tonight. Actually, sorry, just quickly, Ben, another one. Truth Set You Free. You're another one that really does not give up the hope, my man. You really don't give up the hope. He's another one, positive, good vibes. He always believes, and I absolutely love that. Never give up the hope, my man. And it's been a pleasure knowing you since you've come in, brother. And then Ben Kaufman, he says, sorry I'm not joining you boys tonight. Taking a small break from footy streams. Love you boys and hope everyone is doing well from the chat. Come on, you Spurs. Look, Ben, no problem at all. You've got a coffee business to run. You've got to make sure that's running smoothly. Heading for World Coffee Championships. That's what you should be doing, Ben. Get over there. Show them how to make proper cappuccinos, lattes, macchiatos, Irish coffees, hazelnut coffees with all the flavors in them. Make sure you look after that first, Ben. And then, make sure. But don't go missing from the community, Ben, because we really like you. We're fond of you, Ben.
Love you, man. Love you. Super smart guy, comes up with all sorts of amazing points on every channel he's ever on. And I've never seen anybody turn up to a Tottenham game dressed quite so exquisitely as
I'm saying that to Jack.
He's like a bohemian. It's amazing.
I was saying that to Jack. I was like, I was like, what? Ben, he honestly, he's dressed like a Peaky Blinder coming to the game.
I was like, have you just come from like the 1940s, or have you just come from like an art exhibition? I'm not sure, but either way, it's amazing that you want to come to sit amongst the riffraff of Tottenham, dressed the way you do, Ben. Love you, bro. Absolutely love you.
I love it. Honestly, I'd say Ben loves the fact that he found this channel. He was like, the way he dresses, he's like, you know what? The flat cap is what I've been missing. I've been missing it. I love these guys. Big up, Ben. I hope you are keeping well done, my man. We have as a new YouTube member. Well, make sure that if you do want to come on, the link is up in the community section. Come on and have your say. Big up, it's good to see you and welcome to the community. And look, like I said, make sure you make an appearance. Big yourself up.
Yeah, come say hi.
Big up, what a legend. We have the Bolton Duke as well. Lautaro Martinez has terminated his contract with Inter and has agreed personal terms with Spurs. I wish this is the headlines tomorrow. Honestly, you got me. I thought breaking news. I was about to shut down the stream. Like, what? Honestly, I was about to go nuts. But no, look, I would like that to be the case. The Bolton Duke. Look, personally, maybe not Lautaro Martinez. I think maybe slightly overrated. But look, he's better than Carlos Vinicius or Llorente and people like that. So I definitely wouldn't turn my nose up at it for sure. But absolutely, you nearly got me, the bottom. You nearly got me. John, anything you want to say to the bottom?
No, well played, the bottom dude. It's not very often that you almost get Dave. You have to get up very early in the morning to catch Dave Harris in bed, and you almost got him there. So it's nice work. Love you, the bottom. Well done.
Big up the bottom. It's good to see you, lad. It really is good to see you. I see you, Sean. Where are we going? What pub are we sitting in before the game?
Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the number 8. Well, I'm not the captain of the ship, so I don't know. I wait until I'm told. But the number 8. Well, the last time we met up in some pub that was like 700-800 meters away from the stadium, and it was a bit too everyone was going back and forth. It was a nightmare. So the number 8 pub is literally the first pub on the left-hand side as you walk back towards Seven Sisters Station as you come out the south stand. So that's probably that's where we went after the game last time, Dave, if you remember.
Yeah.
So probably in there before the game, like in the 2 hours before the game, and then in the last hour before the kickoff, probably in the south stand, lower tier where the bar is that wraps around the whole bottom end. That's where all the regulars go. So we'll probably see you there, Elm.
No, so there you are, and Graham, the number 8 bar. Honestly, I arrived at White Hart Lane or at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I still call it White Hart Lane, but the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I felt like someone was going to be there dishing me out a gold medal. I'm like, I'm after doing like the fucking, that walking marathon. That's what I felt like. I felt like someone was obviously a gold medal, and then your man goes, show me your bag, let me check it. I'm like, geez, lads, I'm going to get a gold medal. I'm shocked here, honestly. But big up. So number 8 bar is where we're going to be. Ellie says the super sticker, and she says that Sean laughed in a super sticker. Let me check the super sticker. Give me 1 second there.
Yeah, I want to see it as well.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Bouncing like a pear, apparently.
Yeah, it's a bouncing pear. Just going, ha, 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 ha. It's quality. Big up, Ellie. Oh, absolutely brilliant. I needed that. That's a good laugh. That is a good laugh. Guys, everybody, thank you so much for the support. You have no idea how much it means. Big smile on my face, as people can tell. I'm probably getting back to my regular self again. But look, let's get on the next guest. Who have we got on? I think, we said it's Chris. This guy's up early in the morning. How are you keeping, Chris?
All right, that's how you doing?
Yeah, look, I am not great with Spurs related, but in general, we're good. We're sitting here with smiles on our faces.
Definitely. And you know what, David, before we start, I just want to say thank you to you as well for giving me this chance to come on your stream. So I appreciate it a lot. For the last 9 months, it's been a blast.
No, look, you never need to thank me for it, my man. You know, we love having you, lad. So thank you for everything you've done for people coming on, and you know, a lot of people out there like you, Chris. You know, so
but look, I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you've done for me, David. Giving me a chance to come on the platform and letting me have my say as well. So I appreciate it. And Sean, your laugh is killing me, man.
Love you, Chris. I love you, man. You speak a lot of sense. I love your takes on the WhatsApp groups and always on the show. So.
And I'm very pissed off that I can't get down Sunday because I'm at work because they wouldn't let me have the day off to come to the West Ham.
But look,
how annoying.
I'll be over there again, Chris. So, you know, we'll definitely meet up. Even if you were slightly becoming a little Minky fan, you know, I'll let you away with it. I'm only that, you know, so I just waited, yo, Chris, get me going, man. But look.
That is shocking, David. Next minute, you'll be telling me, you're going to be telling me you're the secret Dyer fan.
Yeah. maybe I am. Who knows? No, I'm not. But look, Chris.
David, don't worry, I won't tell nobody. Don't worry, I won't tell nobody.
No, look, I gave him the nickname Moon Boots for a reason. Look, he has done well this season. For me, he's not first out the door anymore. But look, we'll see. Hopefully, long may it continue. But look, Chris, where do you want to take this conversation? What do you want to talk about? Paratici game, the United game. You know,
I can't say too much about Man United game because I was only caught bits of pieces of it because I'm back at the office now, so I can't actually get away with sneaking on the laptop, having my screen on one side and my work laptop on the other side, so I can't get away with it no more. Yeah. So I'm back in the office, so they got the eyes are on me, so I have to be careful with that. So I only caught glimpses of the game, but I've seen a lot of negativity towards like Sonny and the team played badly. From what I saw, the team didn't play badly. Yes, Son has played a bad game. But people should remember one thing: is how many games Son does play a season. Yeah. Evidently, he's going to have a bad game now and again.
Yeah.
So people should just get off his back.
So on that basis, then you don't think so? There's no issue in terms of when we brought Lucas Moura on. I know you didn't see much of the game, but so you were happy. To be honest
with you, I do agree. I would have took Sonny off to bring Lucas on because he started to look tired and he looked a bit dishevelled on the pitch. And he was looking like out of sorts. So I think taking him off would have been a good idea. But a lot of people saying, oh, Sonny's to blame for Saturday's result. That isn't the case.
Not at all.
That is not the case. I'm sorry. I like Son a lot. He's one of my favourite players. But
he's my favourite player, you know.
But Kulu's mine.
Oh, is he? Already?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. He's going on the back of my shirt.
Nice. That'd be expensive, man. There's a lot of expensive letters in there.
I've got 3 shirts, Sean. I've got 3 different shirts. I've got 3 different shirts. Just think how much that's going to cost me.
You probably need all 3 of them just to be able to feed them.
Yeah, I know. Kulu on one, Esky on the other. But no. All seasons, as I said, the criticism Son was getting, I don't think was warranted. Yes, he had a poor game on Saturday. Yes, he did. Slip sliding. But that's Man United's way of just greasing up the pitch just before the game kicks off.
Yeah. It's a weird one. It's a weird one, Chris, because I didn't see any Manchester United player slip, not once. And yet it wasn't just Sonny. Sonny did slip 5 times. Reguilon slipped 3 times. Davies slipped twice. There was a lot of slips it wasn't just Sonny. But there was a lot of slips, and I'm wondering why. I asked Dave this the other day on the show because I've never played football, so I don't know if there's studs that could prevent it. I don't know how that whole thing works, but it's weird that half the Tottenham team slipped and none of the United team did.
Sean, what they don't show you on the half-time reels, is they actually watering the side that we're shooting at, so that way it's extra slippery for our players.
Oh,
that's the Old Trafford way.
Is that what they do? Is it they slip?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, just a bit, bit of a cheat way, just like the good old Alex Ferguson days.
But I'm guessing that would affect the defenders as much as it would the attackers, right?
No, they just make sure they know where Kane's position is going to be, and they know where Son's position is going to be, so they know. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's United.
Not if they've already pre-warned them and told them what studs to be wearing,
Yeah, exactly.
Because you wear studs, it means you get good grip on the ground. You wear blades, It's not adequate grip, but you don't get caught in the ground as much when you're running. And the thing is, when you're wearing blades, if someone's watered the pitch, you get the result that you did on the weekend. To be honest with you, I want to know if there's any highlight footage for the second half, because I've no doubt United were out there with the hoses at half time.
Yeah, you can see it. David, you could just see it, the way the players were just slip sliding.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But David, my missus, she's a Chelsea supporter. Right now, she's in a deep, somber crisis, so I have to be on my best behaviour. She's in a deep depression. David, I did actually say I offered her 10 quid. I said, you can donate that to the Chelsea bus fund. I need to go get it up.
Mate, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
10 quid wouldn't even get you to the corner shop nowadays for diesel, man, so it wouldn't.
No, that was just for the hire of the minibus.
Nice.
Hiring the minibus, and you'll have the backroom staff out there pushing it while the players absolutely love it. Blowing into the exhaust pipe, trying to get it to go. Brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
But look, Sean,
I think with Man United game, I don't think we deserve to lose that. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination. They had Ronaldo. That was the difference between the two teams. That was it.
Are you disappointed with Kane? I know we put so much pressure on him to always step up when we.
Not really.
He didn't step up yesterday, or on what day was it? Saturday. He wasn't like, if Ronaldo is their guy, Kane is ours. What did you think of Kane's performance?
Look, the whole team played okay. They didn't play absolutely brilliant. They played okay. But we could have got more out of that game than what we actually did, Sean. The difference was Ronaldo's 30-yard banger in the top corner.
Yeah.
He was exceptional game, Chris. Why did forget Ronaldo? Why didn't we get more out of that game?
It just looked like our strategists forgot their shooting boots. It honestly did. Look, Sonny was off the pace. Kulu tried. Kane just looked a bit off the pace a little bit. But I think there's some sort of mentality in that team at the moment because of this win, lose situation, which is, I think, is taking a toll on the team.
Yeah.
It's like they can have 7 days rest and play an absolutely banging game like we did against Everton. We train for 4 days, then we lose.
Yeah.
There's like some sort of mentality issue there.
Should we be looking for anything more from our midfielders or our wing backs in terms of goals? Between that, like, forget about what happened with United, right? But going forward, like, if we rely so much on Sonny and Kane, and as of late, there's a little bit more of a contribution from Kulu. But if we're playing the 3-4-3, is it right to sit there and say the 3 men up front, that's where we should get 95% of our goals from? Or, should we be looking at Højbjerg and like, if Højbjerg's got, I understand if Højbjerg's got Winks next to him, then Højbjerg has to do the job of 2 men, right? So you can't ask for him to do more. But now that he's got Bentancur, is there any argument to say one of those two could or should be at least at some points be a little bit more advanced when we get the ball down the wings and then be able to contribute? Or is it just the top 3? That's where the goals have to come from?
Really, for me, the midfield now, because you've got Bentancur and Højbjerg, one of them needs to step up and start contributing with some goals as well, to play some more goal threat, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
That for me, the midfield has to contribute as well, because if you take Kane, Son, and Kulu out of the equation, what you got there? You've got nothing. No goal threat. You've got zero goal threat. So you need at least that 10% goal threat from behind you.
Yeah. And who would you look for that? Would it be either of them, both of them,
Either. If one stays back, the other one goes forward.
Yeah.
Not both of them just sit back. Both of them just sit back and try to play from the back all the time. One of them has to be advanced.
See, the problem we have is look, we were looking for a ball player in Bentancur, which I'm delighted about. But looking at him, he's more of a deep lying playmaker. He likes to get on the ball deeper down the pitch, make something happen, play through the thirds, and get us forward that way. And you look at Højbjerg. Look, we brought him in to be a ball winner. What we ideally need is a box-to-box midfielder. Someone like N'Golo Kante can help out with the defensive side of the game. Yeah, Bissouma as well. See, the reason why I don't use that guy is because he's a bit of a naughty boy, that guy. But look, he's a bit of a naughty boy, Sean. So
I can do it.
So I don't really mention his name until I know what the situation is. But look, we just need a box-to-box midfielder. Like I said,
agreed.
Do the defensive work, but someone like Kante who can also, read the game, get forward, break the lines, and offer that extra body in the hole, breaking forward. And I definitely agree with that. It would be nice to see one of our midfielders get a bit further up the pitch. But is that down to, like I was saying, the sort of players they are, or is that down to instructions from management?
Well, you see, the thing is with Conte, he doesn't play with this attacking midfielder. He doesn't have that like Eriksen role.
Well, he got Eriksen in, and he ended up making him play centre midfield. So
yeah, but you see what I'm saying? He doesn't have him at the attacking midfield role where he's going to be creative all the time. He had him back in the centre midfield. So you've got to just look at the way Conte plays. So we need a player that suits Conte's style of play. So maybe an attacking midfielder who can play centre mid as well. Yeah. So he can play that. So he can play that for a 3-5-3 formation and get away with it, because you'll have that centre midfielder who can create and score goals, and you have probably Højbjerg and Bentancur next to him.
Yeah,
but that would mean then you'd have to take out Kulu or Sonny or Kane, right? If you're saying to go to a 3-5-2, you can't have them all, right? If we're assuming you've got three centre backs. If you only go to 3 midfield, then Kulu has to step out.
Yeah, but the thing is, right now, not necessarily you can just if the worst case scenario, you take Højbjerg out and bring in somebody else.
Wow, that'd be a lot of responsibility on Bento, though, right?
Yeah, but you'll have somebody next to him as well who can actually create. Well, you've got Bento to sit back.
Do both.
Yeah. But at the moment, look, we've got this Papa Matasar still at Mets on loan, so we don't know what he's going to be like when he comes back. When he actually joins up in the summer.
Yeah. Has he done much, though? I worry that I forgot all about him, but then when I looked into him, he doesn't seem like he plays that much for Mets. I think what's happened since he signed for, it's looked like what's happening is the Jack Clark effect. He signed for Tottenham. Yeah.
Then all of a sudden he's on the bench every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what happened with Jack Clark when he signed from Leeds, we sent him back to Leeds, and he just, we know the rest.
Yeah.
I think he went to AFCON and barely played as well, didn't he? I think he only got a couple of minutes out there as well. Look, he's a bit of an unknown quantity. Look, we don't really
exactly
know.
So we don't know
exactly what we're getting. Look, they do talk about him and he's the next Paul Pogba, this, that, and the other. I hope he is ability-wise, but hopefully he's not personality-wise for sure. But look, Sean, just before we do let you go, my man, I mean, where do you stand on Paratici?
I'm glad he's not going to PSG. I'm so glad. And there's all the rumours with Conte going PSG and all the crap around it, which is to be expected. Hopefully, the Paratici staying now would squash all the Conte rumours.
Yeah.
And in regards to Kane, I just want Levy to back the damn team. Sit down with Kane, tell him what's going on, what players we're signing, and hopefully we don't have to worry about Kane going to another club, because Conte stays, Paratici stays, Kane stays.
Yeah.
And Levy backs us. That's it. That's all we want in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
not too much stars. Yeah. Not too much stars, really, is it?
Not from Levy. It's not from Levy, right? It's just one thing. It's one thing, Levy, and it is just recognize the threats. Recognize that right now you've got one last chance to keep abreast of the water that's rising. And when I say the water that's rising, I'm talking about Newcastle, right? I'm talking about West Ham, Wolves, Southampton. Everybody's improving, and we are seemingly getting pulled back. We're sinking a little bit. And he needs to get a life raft, and that life raft comes in the shape of 150 million quid.
Yeah, not Joe Lewis's yacht.
Well, sell that fucking thing, and there's the paid for.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But no, all jokes aside, we just need to spend. If he's going to back Conte, give him the 150 million to spend. Let him spend it on the players that he wants, not a budget signing.
What would make you happy this summer, Sean, in terms of budget?
Me or you talking Chris?
Oh, sorry, Chris. What would make you happy in terms of budget?
150 million pounds to 200 million. That will make me happy. At least 30, 40 million on 3 or 4 good players. World-class players, not these average who might be stars in 10 years.
Yeah, need it now, don't we? We need a few leaders, and we need someone on the pitch that's like a leader who can just, like
someone who can come in and do the job. That now, for example, Benton Kerr, he's come straight into the team and he's giving that performance already.
Yeah. And he's quiet though, isn't he? He doesn't seem like he's vocal. I want someone on. I want like a Roy Keane. I want like somebody who comes into the midfield, but a creative version, but who is like just grabs everything. Like there's no chance that this person's going to look at Manchester United and go, "Oh, we're not going to turn up." He's going to make sure that he's turning up and everybody else is as well. We need someone who's super vocal. I would actually love it if Tottenham brought somebody in. We have this conversation: who's the next captain? Right? It's got to be a midfielder or a centre-back, ideally, someone in the spine. I would like us to go and buy someone who can come in immediately
and be that captain role.
Maybe not give him the captain's armband, but like the conversation.
But have the role.
The second that he comes in and has played for more than 6 months, when Lloris goes, he's the obvious captain because like he's just he breathes leadership.
I agree with that. Right, for me, that's exactly what I want to see. Somebody come in with experience, not somebody who's going to maybe good in 5 years' time. We don't want to see that. We need players for now, not the future. Once the season leveled itself out, and we've got that top four, because David and Sean, your delusions have worn on me. We're getting top four.
Well, until we're not, we still are.
Yeah, exactly. Until us see us going down the table, we're getting top four, whether they like it or not. Right, but for me, we need a player. If we do get the top four, we're going to need those players to step up and come into that team and work their asses off. Not just like, we got to sign this player, but he's going to be good in 3 years. No, we need players going to come in and work their ass off from day one.
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. Look, they have to be players that are ready to come in, hit the ground running. We already know there's quality. There's not going to be, are they going to come in here? Are they going to fit in? How well are they going to do? A bit of a note. We need players that we know are quality. Absolutely spot on, Chris. Anything you want to say to the Spurs fan base out there before we let you go, my man?
Keep supporting the Harris Army. Smash a like. Let's get David up to 7K now. We hit the 6. And come on, you Spurs. And Sean, your laughs killed me again tonight.
Yeah.
Love you, Chris. Take care, bro. I'll see you
soon. Love you, man. Take it easy, and David, enjoy your trip to London.
I will. Thank you, man.
Amen.
See you, Chris. Guys, absolute legend. Big up, Chris. What a man. Absolutely love him. The guy from up north who loves Tottenham. Absolutely loves Tottenham. Ellie has a super sticker. Let me just go and see what it is. She's saying it's Sean's diet. Where are we at?
I'll keep it up. It's the pair doing dumbbells.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ellie.
Big up, Ellie. That'd be me and Sean walking to the stadium against West Ham, so it will be. Absolutely love it. Big up, Ellie. What a legend. That's hilarious. What a woman. And then the Truth Sets You Free says, best Spurs channel on YouTube. It's like a party. I appreciate that, my man. I appreciate that. Look, it's hard right now trying to be positive. A lot of Spurs fans are just they're taking a break from Spurs and stuff like that, and I get it. But look, we're going to keep going, my man. And I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Big up the Truth.
I'm going to go for a quick wee, Dave. So bring the next man in. I'll come and say hello in a second.
Yeah, no worries at all. And then Truth Sets You Free says, Chris, what a legend. Should be a movie character. Truth, let me know what movie you think you should be starring in, my man. Let me know. Absolute legend. Big yourself up, Truth Sets You Free. And then we have Brian C. Socrates. He says, Conte, Paratici and Kane sit down over a few points, decide that bringing success and trophies to Spurs will mean more than anything handed to them elsewhere. Delusional optimism. It's a wonderful thing. Come on, you Spurs, always. Yeah, look, for me, when it comes to Kane, I'm just hoping that he does want to be a one-club man, and that Spurs maybe means more to him than winning trophies elsewhere. That is my biggest hope. Whether it does or not, which remains to be seen. It probably doesn't. I mean, the guy talks about winning titles. He says, look, I love personal accolades and whatever, but it's all about trophies for me. But look, in order to keep all three of them names there, which I think is crucial for us going forward, the money's got to come. Even if they don't sell the name and stadium rights, that money has to come from somewhere. They're going to have to give us a check. 150 million minimum for me, to be able to improve this going forward. Because where we're at right now, we're kind of like, we have enough games to be able to go on a run and show that, look, we deserve to be in the top half. But then we're also capable of going on a run the opposite direction where, you're teetering on that middle part of the table, heading into the bottom half of the table. And once you're in the bottom half of the table, you're in a relegation scap. You're always potential of being relegation fodder the following season, in my opinion, because there's never really that much difference. Some teams just manage to kind of get it together halfway through the season, and that's where they kind of really avoid it, Brian, Socrates. So, look, 150 million has to be pulled out from somewhere this summer to be able to improve this, to be able to go forward. Because, look, I know results aren't great right now. They're up and down, but there's plenty of positives. We have Conte here. We have Paratici here. Like Conte, one of the best managers in world football. Paratici, for me, the guy really knows how to manipulate a budget. Name three, like I said earlier on, name three better signings than Romero, Kulusevski, and Benchcore over the last 5 years. And you look at Kane, crucial, Son, crucial for what we need going forward in terms of and Kulusevski as well. Going forward, them three are cemented themselves, but you need players then to come in that can hit the ground running so you can give them a rest. You look at Højbjerg, Benchcore, Skip. Decent, but you still need to sign another 2 centre midfielders. But the defence for me is where the biggest issues are. I think that's where we have to throw a lot of money at this summer, Brian C. Socrates, midfield and defence, in my opinion. But look, we were told 4 signings by Alistair Gold, plus whatever we sell. So we'll be replacing. So look, we remains to be seen what way this goes, Brian C. But look, you got to have that delusional optimism. I mean, if you didn't, you're not a Spurs fan. Isn't that right, Brian? Big yourself up, my man. I really appreciate the support, brother. You have no idea how much it really does help us out on our journey, lad. Big yourself up, my man. But look, let's keep going. Let's get on the next guest. And the next guest is Brad. We have 2 guests left. We have Brad and then we have Amir. Dermot, look, was supposed to be on, but he's not well. Ben Kaufman is taking a break. Ellie's with her nephew at the hospital. So we're missing a few today, guys. But it kind of works out in my favour because I do have to be up early to fly over to cheer the boys on this week. But Brad, how are you keeping, man?
I'm sober. after my Sunday post-match comments that I noticed today were up on the website.
Yeah,
I woke up Sunday morning thinking, oh my God, no! Come on, oh no! Sort of, oh, what the hell? Let it go. Sort of.
I know. Look, it's all about being in the moment. That's what it's about. And look, hopefully you won't be sober on Sunday either.
Oh no! That's no. It's my going to onto Sean's diet. I have a four days of not eating and not drinking, and 3 days of just going for it. It seems to work, but yeah. So
that's not my diet.
Yeah.
My diet is to wake up in the morning, take the dog for a walk, think that I've suddenly done something, and then go, oh, no, I'm a little bit peckish. I'm like, I've earned that pizza. Exactly.
Yeah, know the feeling.
I get like that too.
You do what I tell you. What you do, you tend to think, well, I'm going to the football tonight, so I'm going to have a beer anyway. So it doesn't really matter what I do. I might as well eat lots of stuff now. Yeah. So yeah,
that idea of the worst word in the English language is tomorrow. Because it's always a day away, and you can always go, I'll start tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you go, I'll start tomorrow.
I'll definitely be having a beer on the weekend. Shop
and I feel like I've deserved the role, And I was supposed to go there anyway. It's ridiculous. So it's absolutely ridiculous. But look, enough about my full belly. Let's talk about Tottenham, Brad. Where do you want to steer this conversation?
Let's go on to what I was saying drunkenly on Saturday night about the Man United game, and everyone else that's been on tonight and in the comments. Yeah, I thought we played all right on Saturday. I thought we were better than them. I think that losing that game was probably, I don't think we deserved to lose, but it all comes down to that mentality, doesn't it? And at 2-2. I felt we should have had that mentality to go on and win the game. Yeah. And when they got the corner, there's one player on that pitch. 30. This guy's 37. What a player! And he's the one player on that pitch that says, "Right, I won't swear, I'm getting this ball. That ball comes over, I'm getting it. I'm scoring," and that's what he did. And that's the difference between the two teams. And then the goal he scored, the first goal he scored. You know, it's like who would you want if you had to bet your life on someone scoring from 30 yards? Who would you like to have on there taking a shot from that distance? Ronaldo, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And Eric Dyer, for whatever reason, just didn't try and close him down. Now he might sort of scored, but he didn't try. And it's like, well, I was always coached to, snuff out the main threat. What's the immediate threat? The immediate threat is one of the greatest footballers we've ever seen about to shoot. So just close him down. And he didn't. And, everyone's criticising Lloris. No, come on. That was a super shot. But, those two moments.
The ball was moving like that in the air, honestly.
Yeah.
It was like a Quidditch ball. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But those two moments in the match, and, we're winning that game if you don't have those two moments. But I thought we played pretty well. I thought that when we got forward, we should have been a bit quicker when we got forward. I think we seemed to stop a bit. Yeah, I think that needs to improve. And, I mean, as for the hate Sonny's game, that's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. No, he did have one of his best games, but no, this guy's probably is now a Tottenham legend,
Yeah.
The only thing I will say about Son, I don't know what you guys reckon, I think it might be a confidence thing, because in the old days, Son would get the ball, put it onto his right foot and curl a shot in, like the one he got against Arsenal last season. He doesn't seem to be doing that now. I saw him on Saturday get the ball. I thought, go have a shot, and he didn't. And I don't know whether that's a confidence thing, but
Do you know what I reckon, Brad? I think that's because he's playing inside more, whereas before, Reguilon would bomb down the outside, which meant it was 2-on-1. So the fullback was dropping with Reguilon, and it was leaving Son be able to go inside. But whereas he's already inside, he doesn't have that room to kind of maneuver to get off the shots from the same angle and that he was. Yeah. And I think I agree with you. I am actually missing that. Good old Sonny cutting in off the left onto the right half foot and making things happen. But when he's in the middle, he's having to learn to hold up the ball a lot more. It's a lot more physical midfield. The defenders, they're on him straight away. So he's a lot more responsible with what he's doing on the ball as well. And look, for me, I actually think he should have been taken off just because of how bad he was. But this, and I think me and Sean discussed this yesterday. And look, for me, I wouldn't drop him. I think a player like that, I think you got to play them through their bad spell. Yeah. If it's not tiredness, if it is a case where it's fatigue, well, then you got to give him a rest, And
I thought, I like you when I saw he was going to bring Lucas on, I thought it would be for Son, but he didn't, and he bought. I don't know if anyone saw Alistair Gold. Alistair Gold was saying that the Man United journalists where he was, when they took Kulusevski off, why are they taking the best player off or the biggest threat?
That's how we felt at the time, mate. We were it's a bad call,
Yeah, but it's done now. We've still got. I mean, I was so pessimistic on Sunday, but after watching you guys and the people that have been on about top four, it's like, I should believe. It's going to be.
You might as well, mate. You might as well. This is here's how not to bring religion into it or faith into it, and this is just for the sake of a joke, but why would you be an atheist if it comes to it, and when you die, you might as well have a little half chance of belief in God, because if you're an atheist and you're right, you're never going to know anyway, right? But if you're wrong, you've got to explain to the big guy why you never believe. So you might as well have half a faith anyway, just for the sake of it. Which is same with top four.
Yeah,
you're probably wrong.
I think that's called Pascal's wager. I think. It's just a philosophical thing. Who thought I'd bring philosophy? I can't even say the word. Philosophy, that's the word. Into tonight's discussion, but that's sort of like, I might as well,
might as well have some faith.
What I got to lose? What I got to lose?
Exactly. Exactly. There's nothing to lose. It's a game.
I did a little. I mean, I'm not a stats person. I'm not really into stats that much. So let's talk about maths. I did an average of Arsenal, how many points they've got this season, or the average points so far. And if you applied that average to the whole season, they'd end up having 73 points, more or less.
Yeah.
And so Spurs would have to go. I think they're the team we have to beat to get top four. So Spurs would have to get 74 points, which is 29 points from 11 games.
One loss.
I think it's even. I think it's Well, one draw, you could get 2 draws, and then it goes to goal difference. I think you have to win 9 games, which is 27 points, and draw 2, which is your 29 points. So it's going to be a really, really tough ask.
Look at the fixture. Beat everybody, and then of the 2 games, where do you see us dropping points? Liverpool, probably.
Well, Liverpool, yeah. I mean, if we could get a draw at Liverpool, that'd be great. We have to beat Arsenal because obviously that takes 3 points out of their equation.
Aston Villa's hard though, mate. Aston Villa's always hard. Newcastle at home is hard. Newcastle are playing really, really well.
Yeah.
The other games, I agree. They're eminently winnable. You know
they are, but we've said that about Tottenham for the last, this year. We've said that, Burnley's winnable, Southampton's winnable, Wolves is winnable, and we haven't done it. So it's going to be really, really tough. I don't want to come on here now and say, we're not going to make top 4.
If that's how you feel, Brad, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
You're more welcome to put that out there.
It's I know, but you have people like Phil and that on there, and I'm going, all these people are so pessimistic. I feel really guilty now, but I think it's going to be very, very difficult. It's not impossible, and as Phil was saying earlier, until it's mathematically impossible. So, but we've got to have an incredibly good run. Yeah. And Arsenal and Man United and probably West Ham have got to have really, really poor runs. If that happens, well, then who knows? But it's going to be difficult. And now the big question is, and I was thinking about this, I think someone said on one of it might have been you, David, said you want us to finish, if we don't make top 4, you'd rather 8th or 9th or something?
No, that wasn't me. You'll never hear that.
I do apologise if
it was Danny Kiriakou on the WhatsApp chat said he wanted us to finish 8th.
Right, yeah, he could be right. I think the logic behind it was we don't want conference football. I seem to think the same thing. I would take Europa League football if we finish top 6. I think conference football, no. If we do get conference football, then that is when you play the under 23s. You just basically say, okay, there's 4 games or 8 games that are in the league stage. Let's give the under 23s a run, rest our proper players. Because I think next season, if we're not overburdened by this this Conference League or even Europa League for that matter, then you really concentrate on your league position. You concentrate on 2 cups. And this is what keeps Kane interested. Kane wants to win trophies. He wants to see Tottenham have a future. He's always said that. Kane has never said anything different other than if I can see Spurs are moving forward, then I will stay at the club. Now we've got Conte there, and he said that Conte is trying to reinstill this Pochettino thing that when we were, going for leagues and that sort of stuff. So I think even if we don't make top 4, I think there's still a chance that Kane will stay if he can see us going in that direction. And if we do all of our homework between now and the end of the season, and as what everyone's been saying tonight, get these new players in at the start of the transfer window, get them bedded in.
Yeah.
And if we're not top 4, we're not going to be able to buy superstars because they all want to play Champions League. But it doesn't mean that we can't get.
Before we move on to the transfer window, Brad, I do want to ask you on the Europa Conference League. It's look, for me, I have to disagree with you, and I respectfully disagree with you, Brad, because for me, it goes against everything that I want as trophies, and I don't think at Tottenham we're in a position to be able to pick and choose what trophies we go for, Now, look, the flip side of it is that you look at Arsenal. They're up there challenging for top 4. Yeah. They didn't have that Europa Conference League and stuff like that. But for me, look, honestly, I would celebrate another Audi Cup at this stage. That's how desperate I am. Honestly, sometimes I feel like celebrating my missus when she cooks sausages. Because it's just like, yes, something's gone right. But look, I just don't think we can afford to pick and choose what sort of trophies.
No, I see where you're coming from, but I mean, we couldn't even win the conference with our best team this season, could we? So it's like,
yeah. But see, the difference is like, look, first of all, we got kicked out of it, but we should have got done before that. But look, the likes of Ndombele, the Celso Ali, they should have been good enough, but attitude wasn't right. But I think even if you do finish in it this season, you go into next season, you do have that investment we're talking about more or less a new squad or a new half a squad even, where players can come in. They're hopefully fighting for their places to get into that first team and that they use that Conference League correctly, unlike some of our other players who just didn't want to be in it. Yeah. But look, it's a fine line. It's a fine line. But sorry, Brad, I was interrupting you. You're on a roll there.
No, I was going to say is I don't think if we don't finish top 4, we won't be able to buy the superstars because the superstars want Champions League football. But that doesn't mean to say that we can't buy with Conte and Paratici, we can't buy 3 or 4 really good players, as I think Chris was saying, fit straight into the team. We've done it with Kulusevski and Bentancur. They fit straight into the team. So who's to say we can't do that with 3 or 4 decent players? When you get it in, if we haven't got European football, then you say, right, we're going to give it a real go in the League Cup. We're going to give it a real go in the FA Cup. And we're going to give the league a real go, because we're not playing many matches midweek. We're going to have all that, that rest, which statistically, even though I don't like stats, we play better when we have more time to build up for a game.
Yeah.
And then I think if you do that and you get, say, finish, not only scraping into top 4, but well in the top 4, or third or whatever, which is what we did with Pochettino. We finished 5th in his first season, and then we made the top 4 easily the next season. So I think if we get 3 or 4 good quality players that fit in, not none of this one for the future, Mark.
Yeah.
So everyone, I'm fed up with one for the future. The future seems to be happening. Well, the future is the future, isn't it? The future's never happens. The future never happens, does it? It doesn't happen. Let's face it. So so get those players, and then you can say to Kane, you say, look, okay, Harry, we're not playing Champions League football, but with these players, this is what we can achieve, what we hope to achieve this season. Teddy Sheringham, I think, in his book, because remember we sold him to Manchester United. Yeah. He apparently went into Alan Sugar when Alan Sugar was chairman and had a chat with him saying, look, what are your plans for the future? How are we going to move forward? How are we going to improve this team? And Sugar's answer didn't satisfy Sheringham that we were going in the right direction, and he left. And I think this is the same as Kane. But I think the fact that we got Conte and Kane saying all the right things about Conte. Conte now, I think he said, well, interestingly, he said he's staying here next season as long as he sits down with the board and they're going in the same direction he wants to go in, or words to that effect. Yeah. So he's got Levy and Enoch over a bit of a barrel there. So I reckon he'll stay. And if he stays, then I think Kane will stay. I think Kane, as we were talking earlier about the Steven Gerrard thing, winning a trophy for Liverpool means more than winning 10 trophies for Chelsea. So I think that'll be with Kane as well. And also, are Man City going to come in again for him? I'm not so sure they are.
No,
where else is he going to go? The way he certainly ain't going to go to Chelsea, is he? No. So
Daniel Levy, one thing you got to give him credit for, he doesn't sell to Chelsea. To be fair, he refuses to go with Man.
But he's So I'm confident that we'll see Conte and Kane here next season. That a top 4 is going to be difficult. But I'm still confident that Conte and Kane will be here next season. And I think, if Kane can see, and as someone pointed out tonight, Kane's had chances to win trophies at Tottenham. The amount of semi-finals and finals we've been in, and going for the title on a couple of occasions, he's had chances. So it's not that he's through lack of chances. So I'm sort of confident that those 2 will stay. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. End of the season. This win loss. Let's hope we don't break. Let's hope we don't break it now, because we're due for a win on that basis. Let's hope we don't suddenly break it by drawing or losing. But
look, them fuckers owe me 2 wins. What I had to put up against Wolves, they owe me 2 wins, especially starting Harry Winks. I mean, Jesus Christ, come on. It's not right. It's not right.
But you deserve a goal. You deserve a goal, David, don't you? Because the last one we didn't score. So are you going to the game? Are you going to the Brighton away game?
Yeah, look, we are Tottenham TV boys. The fair play to them. They said, look, spare ticket here. You're going to be here roaming around the streets of London anyway. So come to the game with us. So I said, look, boys, I'm going to have to bring out my broomstick and polish my Quidditch ball. We're going down to Hogwarts to get the 3 points.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I actually forgot to. I haven't applied for away tickets this season. Apart from the only one I got was a bloody West Ham game. But I don't, because normally I can't get them. I think Brian might have been able to get them, but I basically totally forgot when the deadline was. So that would have been a good game to go to, because it's just down the coast. It's a quick train run away. But no, I'm glad you're going. That'd be really good. I've never been to Brighton, so I don't know what it's like down there, but.
I'll bring you back a stick of rock. It's the most famous thing from Brighton, Brad. So it is. But look, if Harry Kane scores, just check the Sky Sports camera. You just might see me do an out them slide right into the celebration. You know, absolutely loving life.
You know, you have those posters up that says, "Can I have your shirt?" Can I have a strand of your hair, please? Harry?
Oh no, I'll just put that as I'm celebrating with him. I'll just give it a little yunt. You know, I love it. Absolutely love it. Put it into my little glass case and then get out of there undiscovered. Absolutely love it. But look, Brad, thank you so much, my man, for this evening. And I cannot wait to see you Sunday.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I think, the number 8, as I say, the other pub's a nice pub, but it is a bit of a walk. But number 8 is a decent pub. I've been there pre-game before. It's quite packed, but I think if you go in the beer garden, it's quite nice out there. So yeah,
I think Glenn Hoddle and Mickey Hazard are doing something in El Royale or something like that.
They have, yeah. I think that's a bit further down the road. I'm not too sure where that is, but yeah. And I'll have to get my picture taken in front of that Leslie King's photo.
Lad, honestly, it's an awesome picture I have. Honestly, I look at it every day. I'm like, yes, it's a great picture. You got to get it, Brad. You got to get it, and also your Brad. Put it right beside, get it blown up, and put it right beside Brad. Brad signs for Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah. I love it. Well, look, Brad, big yourself up, and I'll see you. Actually,
cheers, guys.
You coming out Friday for Sean's birthday for drinks, my man?
Yeah, whereabouts do you reckon that's going to be? Any ideas?
Don't know yet, but I'll do
many plans. Yeah.
Anywhere in London?
Oh, it's in London. Yeah.
All right.
I was thinking about going back to Dublin for it.
No, sure you don't live in central London, though, do you? You live.
No, but I'll come up and see you guys.
All right, okay, yeah, and I'll be up for that. It might be nice weather, might be nice beer garden weather, maybe in the afternoon or something. I don't know.
100%, Brad. 100%.
Afternoon drink, But yeah, I'm definitely up for that. Just let us know.
A cheeky one for sure. You have to celebrate Shawnee's birthday in style. But big up, Brad, and we'll see you.
Yeah,
Friday.
Cheers, guys. Don't forget, click like and subscribe to this brilliant channel, and have a great night, guys, and enjoy the rest of the show, everyone.
Big up, Brad. Absolute legend.
Love you, mate.
I can't wait to see you, my man. Guys, Brad, another great member of the community. Always positive when he comes on. Very articulate as well. Gets his points across.
Yeah, he's amazing.
What an absolute man. I can't wait to meet up with the guy. Ellie with the super chat says, yes, Misawati, I love Højbjerg. He will definitely be my captain. Fantastic. What a leader. He'll be the man. He's got the passion. He orchestrates. He is a born winner. 100%. Look, for me, I actually like what he's about, Ellie. You know, I've always liked it. Look, I think he is one of them ones in the squad that, he is a born winner. I think he is a bit of a leader. I do see him giving out to people at times. I love the way he gets stuck in. I see him talking to some referees, maybe not as much as I would like. But for me, I don't think he's a bad option to consider as a captain, to be honest with you. What you want is someone that's not overawed by the star power of Son and Kane and that. You need someone that's just going to say, look, you're great. You're playing shit today. Get your ass in gear and get us them 3 points, What you need is someone that's not going to, that's going to speak up to them, basically, Ellie. But Højbjerg was fantastic against Man United. He was a general in that midfield, spraying balls everywhere, Shawnee, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was amazing. He was amazing. He was either the man of the match or the second man of the match, if there's even such a thing. But the question is about whether he's going to be a captain. And for me, if from the current crop, he makes the most sense to be a captain. If this was the start of the season and we had what we had, then I would be saying, give it to him, right? Definitely give it to him, because I think he deserves it. But next season, I'll be honest with you, Ellie. I know how much you love him. I love him as well. I love him as well. He's an absolute champion of a guy. But I just genuinely feel like his ceiling, the sorts of performances he put in against United, that's what you expect from Højbjerg. Like, he always plays to whatever his potential is. He gets to about 85 to 95% of it most games. So I'm a massive fan, but I don't think that he is the level that we want to be aiming for. And so I'm hoping that when I mentioned earlier that we could sign somebody who can come in and be a potential new captain, I hope that level is something that's just way higher. I'm sorry. I love him to pieces. He's been an absolute stalwart, and I want him to stay at Tottenham, but I just think that we need to level up here. And as a captain, I would want the next captain to be someone who's like, I don't know, like a De Vrij or someone like that. That's where I'm coming from.
Well, there you are, really. That's Sean out of the next episode of the Vikings. Me and you are still in. Absolutely love it. But no, look, Ellie, me and you understand. Look, we understand, Ellie. Look, Sean makes some very good points, and a lot of people kind of feel that way, to be fair.
I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on Højbjerg. I'm not one of these like Højbjerg haters. I'm not. I love him. I just
yeah.
You got to look. You got to look up. Look,
100%. Look, most people out there would say Ellie and Dave, you're absolutely deluded, and most people, 99% of the people, will agree with you, Sean. And they do say that, that look, we need to be doing better than Højbjerg if you want to be able to push on for things and stuff. So, but look, Ellie, when you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Big up, Ellie. What a legend. Hope you're keeping well. And then we have the vote.
What do you mean when you know you know? What does that even mean? Are you saying that?
It's like Højbjerg lovers really understand it, we really understand. We're in a cult.
If I went in a time machine back to 1700s and I needed to get from Ireland to England and I needed someone to build me a rowboat, there's no one else that I'd go to than the Viking Højbjerg. But I don't think he's the man to lead us into the next the next series of Tottenham Hotspur. I want him to be a part of the squad, but not the leader of it.
No, 100%, my man, 100%. Honestly, look, I get it. There's so many fans out there that think your way, but look, Ellie, like I said, when you know, Ellie. What a legend. Big up, Matt Lovin. It's good to see you in, my man. Really appreciate the kind words. What a legend. Emily Dunn says over 100 people watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. Exactly, guys. Make sure you keep hitting that liking, guys. Like and subscribe. We have Carl Simpson, Evening Gents. Haven't really watched much Spurs news as they wound me up, but it's all this about offering for the pie. Yeah, look, I don't blame you, Carl. I think there's many more out there. I haven't seen anything about the pie unless it's just been leaked in the last hour or so. But do let us know, Carl Simpson. Big yourself up, my man. And then we have the bottom duty with the super chat says, bringing in Premier League players will fetch quick results, but is an expensive option. Getting from other leagues is always a gamble. Thoughts? Yeah, look, Premier League, buying Premier League players, sometimes it comes with that tax if you want very best from a club. But I think there has to be an element. Look, all I want the bottom to do is whoever Conte has pinpointed, who he wants, who he thinks can bring us to the next level, that's who he's got to go for. I don't care whether it comes from fucking Saudi Arabia or whether it comes from fucking the Philippines. I do not care. I just want players in here that Conte wants, that he sees, that can bring us forward. Look, I think we should be looking at a bit of ball. I think we should be looking from abroad, and I think we should also be looking in Premier League. Look, yes, you buy Premier League players, the Premier League proven, but at the end of the day, they're coming to a new club, new system, new teammates, everything else. It's still a gamble. It's not necessarily means they're going to work out. It probably gives you a high percentage that it's going to work out, but it doesn't always work out. It's the same as, look, every transfer you make is a gamble. It's always a gamble. You don't know what you're getting. There's certain players out there like Ronaldo, players like that, but you can bring in exactly what you're getting. But apart from that, I think everyone else is a bit of a gamble, to be honest with you, at the bottom duty. Yeah. But I wouldn't be adverse to going anywhere to sign players as long as it's what Conte wants. Sean?
Well, I want to ask you this on the back of that question.
Yeah.
Can we learn anything about Kulusevski? Like, what made his arrival and his transition so seamless? Is it just his ability? Is it just because we watched against United, mate? It's not just his ability to look up, observe, analyze, and then make the right decision. He's not afraid to shoot if that's what it calls. He can play 1-2s. But he's also super strong. He shrugged off 2 or 3 players. He shrugged off Telles and Varane or Sancho, whoever it was, a couple of times. Like, the guy's insane. And is that just because of his talent, or has his transition been so much easier because he speaks the language? And where I'm going to go with this is, there's plenty of countries where I'd imagine that there's not significant levels of scouting that are happening. Yeah. Like Scandinavia, like he's Swedish, right? They all speak English. Everyone in Denmark, Norway, Sweden, they all speak Swedish. Holland speaks Swedish. It's the first language, essentially. It's all essentially like English is like a mother tongue to them. Like, should we be looking in those regions? Because I'm not suggesting for a second that there's too much to learn from Kulusevski, but I'm just positing the idea. Is part of the reason why he settled so quickly that he hasn't got the language barrier, whereas Emerson Royale doesn't speak English, Brian Hill doesn't speak English, right? Like how difficult would it be if you're 21, 22, 23 to move into a new country to play Premier League level football and not speak the first team language? Like it must be an additional level of stress on those players, whereas someone like Kulu comes in and he talks it better than I do.
No, look, 100%, Sean. I think you're correct on that. Look, I think coming in and not speaking the language, it doesn't help. You have to learn the language. Unless there's someone in the squad that can break things down to you, or there's a translator there, you're kind of fucked from day one. It's up to you to pick up the language. But even if you do have a translator, it's still very, very hard to adapt.
Yeah. And Nobele, another example, right? He couldn't speak to anybody else. He could only speak to Sissoko and Aurier.
Yeah, Aurier. Not two great players you want to be speaking to anyway, to be honest with you. But look, it's not even that. It's even all the outside things, bills, shopping, communicating with people just to get the basics. It's all added pressure onto that player. I do think, look, signing someone that understands the language, it's like anything. I mean, you move to another country, you're going to struggle until you understand the language, So
that takes 2 or 3 years. But do we give these players 2 or 3 years to a club? Like, Brian Hill, Emerson Royale, they might be a better version in 2 or 3 years' time if they were to go on loan out, but within the English system. Like sending Brian Hill back to Spain, where he doesn't have any pressure to learn English again. What help is that to him, to us, to anybody?
See, the thing is, there has to be teams in England willing to take these players too. I mean, like Brian Hill, what use is it putting him into the Championship, in my opinion? But what Premier League club is going to take him, because there's so much money at stake nowadays.
Yeah.
You're not going to take an unknown quantity. Like for me, you're looking at top teams in the Championship if you were to loan them out there. But what one of them teams is going to take that risk when they've already got a squad that's already competing? Where's the game time going to be for them? But then if you put them down lower league in the Premier League, I mean, how's that going to benefit him? And what manager is going to take the gamble to play him week in, week out when it's results-based business? Look, a lone player now, it's kind of like the club has to want you. Before, you could have sent players to clubs. You could put guarantees in place that, they play so many games, this, that, and the other. You can't do that now because no manager is going to take that player unless they really want him, purely because 5-6 games on the bounce they don't win, you could be sacked.
Yeah.
So,
I hear what you're saying.
The low market's difficult now. And I think if you look at the trend, you see a lot more English players going abroad because they weren't getting the chances in the English game, So it's a bit of a weird one at the minute, lad. It's a bit of a weird one. Look, but I do agree with you, lad. I think we should be loaning our players to English clubs where we can.
Or maybe like part of the filtering process, if there's like a pool of 200 players that we're interested in, then one of the filtering processes should be how well do they speak English? How well suited are they to the London system, the London lifestyle? Where are they coming from? And I don't know if that's part of our process.
But it comes down to how deep you scout the players. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson used to go into what they live their life like off the field. Look, whether a player agrees with it or not, if that's what a manager wants to know, because he feels if you live your life right off the pitch, well, then that's going to breed success on the pitch, as long as you have the right character and that to match it. So it comes down to scouting again, which we know Paratici wants to rip up and completely rebuild because it's been letting us down. So if you do the right scouting and there's certain requirements you have in place that you want before you bring a player to this club, well, then you kind of filter out all the unnecessary bits that you don't want,
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I just think it's something we should be looking at in the future, And if Paratici wants to rip up the scouting book, then I'm all for it, because the scouting book thus far over the last 5 years has been pretty woeful. So.
See, years ago they used to have a thing called an affiliate, where you could be an affiliate of another club. I think United had one in Belgium at the time. I think it was actually Antwerp.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and they used to send young lads over there, 6-7 at a time.
We've got one, haven't we? We've got one of those in I might be in Belgium as well. We've got a team. We've got a team that we're affiliated with. But nothing's come from it. But we have a team over there. I'm sure we do. I'll look it up.
Yeah, do. But like that sort of system is gone now, which is a bit annoying. But look, let's get on the last guest. Who we got? Amir. Let's get him. Oh, Dermot's there as well. Amir, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm good, David. I'm good. How are you getting on?
Nah, look, I'm good, my man. Smiles on my face. I'm heading over to cheer on the boys for the next 2 games, lad.
Good man. Oh, I wish I could be there with you, but I got to tie up a few loose ends over here before I can get back to London. But yeah, enjoy. Have a wonderful time, man.
No, I definitely will, my man. But look, what do you want to talk about tonight, Amir?
I want to start off with just bigging up, yourself, Shawnee, Ellie, for the positivity that is coming out of this channel. And I really do think that it's time to rally the whole Spurs family behind the club and really, really, push on and try and get that bit of consistency that we're lacking, because we're like a yo-yo at the moment. So we all know we're going to beat Brighton with the win-loss. And
it's a given. It's a given.
It's a given.
Put your mortgage on it.
Yeah. Go get your life savings and whack it on. You know what I mean?
Take your money out of Bitcoin and put it on Tottenham for this one
forget game. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that nonsense. Just whack it all on Spurs Brighton.
Nice, love that. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we need to break that cycle at West Ham. Go and smash them. I can't stand them. Honestly, they're one of the teams I really, really despise. So I really hope we do them over. And we push on. And with regards to, the fan base getting behind the club, I get why people are a little bit negative with the results, with Borough, Burnley, the lot of it. I get it. But, you've got people saying we need to replace 12, 13 players. I mean, that's nonsense, like it's not even logical. It's not going to happen. And I really do
feels like Amir, every week we're adding to the list. As soon as someone does something bad, it's like, oh, he's shit, we need to replace him. It's like, don't forget what he's done all season long. He's not emergency replacement. Exactly. It's like, how do we get out of this if we keep adding to the list every single week?
Exactly, David. And we got to realize they're not robots. They're human beings at the end of the day. And some of them are very, very young. And when they hear certain things being said about them, I'm sure it affects them. I'm sure it has an impact, on their mental health. And maybe that can then relay onto maybe mistakes on the pitch. We all know the quality is there. We've beat City home and away. I mean, and the first time was without Kane. So, we know the quality is there. It's about Conte getting that stability and having that summer to bring in the exact players that he wants. Now, if he wants Ward-Prowse, you go and get Ward-Prowse. I don't care if it's 20, if it's 30, if it's 40. You go and get him. If he wants Lautaro Martinez, go and get him. If he wants to fry, go and get him. That's it. That's what we need doing in the summer. And until then, the whole fan base needs to get behind the club and really, cheer us on to 4th place. And if we don't get 4th place, and worst comes to worst, and we're in that Europa League.
Oh no!
Seems like he's taking a leaf out of Philip's book.
Give him a moment.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. There he is.
You're on a roll there, my man. Keep going. You're on a roll.
Yeah. No. We've got to aim high. We got to aim for that 4th spot, and we all know the Gooners are going to lose points. They're getting lucky. They're not playing that well. They're on the hype. They got a few youngsters that can run fast. Couple of injuries. They're done for. The manager's a fraud. The stadium's one big toilet bowl. They're going nowhere fast.
Yeah, for sure. Sean, anything you want to ask off the back of that, or?
Oh well, just how do you feel about Brighton? I know you say I know we're joking about the likelihood of us winning just based on the win-loss thing, but we haven't really spoken to anyone tonight about that game in detail. How do you see it going? where are the dangers? How do we control Bissouma? He's obviously the danger man for them, and they got a couple of good players up front, I guess. But like, how do you see that game going, and what should we be doing to prepare? Like, how do you see Tottenham overcoming their threats, sort of suffocating the life out of them? Are they going to play the low block? Are they going to do what every team now who's a bottom half of the table team, are they set up to do it? How do you see us getting past it? If they do go low block, how do we break them down? Is it going to be the same as the FA Cup game? Talk me through your thoughts on Brighton.
Yeah, so luckily enough, I was at the FA Cup game. It was my first time back since the screening of the Champions League final. So, that was fantastic. We played them off the park. They were hardly there. Okay, they nicked a little one, but they were really not at the races. So for us, I think it's a mentality thing. We got to go in there with the right mentality. We got to have a fast start. And with regards to the low block, I can't see them playing low block at home. I can't really see that. I think they'll come out and try and play a little bit against us, and that will backfire. And hopefully we can nick a couple of early goals just to stabilize things. But they're not a great side. They get overhyped, and Potter, because he's English, I suppose, they love to big him up and, he's a great manager. He's all right, but that they're really nothing special. I'm way more worried about teams like Southampton, Villa, those kind of Wolves, those kind of sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction for the game?
I reckon we're going to win 2-0. I can see that. I can see us keeping a clean sheet. I can see, Conte really rollicking the defense after what happened with United, and Ronaldo. He's on another level, but I still feel like we could have roughed him up a bit. We could have, like they were roughing us up. They should have had a couple of players sent off as well. We were a decent ref away from a couple of points there. I'm still
looking for his bollocks after that karate kick.
Yeah. How is that? What's the point in having VAR, David? What's the point? Do
you know what pisses me off from here? Is you look at the one, like, I can't get this out of my head, but the one that Son got sent off against Chelsea, where
the leg up.
Yeah, the leg up. And it's like, well, I mean, if that's a sending off, well, then surely this guy who has about 10 meters before Reguilon and just still clatters him, it's kind of like, how's that not sending off? It's just like you see it all the time. The decisions given against, like, and then we don't get the rub of the green. I mean, like, look, this whole thing for me, VAR and all, it's just whoever's running it, it's just an absolute nonsense. It's like, at the end of the day, even if it goes back up to the VAR room, it's still that person's sort of decision.
100%. It's just a second person's opinion. The only reason why VAR should be involved is to have an objective perspective on something. So offside, if they can sort that out, then that's fine. Over the line, like if the ball goes over the line, that's all you need it for. If it's just like the referee doesn't want to make a decision, and it's just, if it's two different referees' subjectivity, it's worthless. It's worthless.
It's just one ref passing it off to another, though, isn't it?
100%.
It's the on-field guy just shirking the responsibility and passing it off to a guy sitting there with a camera. And I mean, it's just, I'm not being funny, but as a camera, if you slow anything down, it looks more malicious. It looks more anything than what it does in real play. And that's why, for me, the referee has to be making them on-field calls. It's like, look, like Sean said, for offside stuff like that, okay, fine. There's that much fine margins in football nowadays with the money involved. I can accept that for offsides and stuff like that. But it's just like on-field decisions. It's got to come from the referee for me. He's in the game. He's feeling it. Yeah. He's the one that's in the moment, And it's for me, like they said,
taking red cards and that bollocks is nonsense.
They said they brought it in to take the decision out of the referee's hat, or to get some of the decisions that referees were getting wrong to get them right. But for me, it just causes more controversy. It's like they reckon VAR is more right because you get the cameras and everything else. But I thought at the end of the day, it's still someone else's. It's whoever's in the VAR room. It's their decision, so it doesn't really do anything for me.
The only other thing I want to quickly add, sorry, Abby, quickly, right, is you know, on tennis, I don't know if you guys ever watch tennis.
Yeah.
They have the ability.
Boring, but I do.
Yeah, it's super boring, right? But when they've got their Hawkeye thing, right, they got the ability to zoom so close in. So when the ball is like a millimeter over the line or not on the line, they've got the ability to zoom in to determine whether it's like one millimeter of the ball is over the line. Whereas with offsides, they just draw two giant fat lines that are as big as you'd have on a night out with Pablo Escobar on a pitch from the furthest part back. They could easily zoom right in and say, now let's see it. Like, let's get let's get like one of those cameras that zoom along the touchline that like they do in NFL, so they can then take that snapshot and go, how close are we talking? Because the lines that they draw are generally so fat that it's ridiculous to me. Sorry, Amir, I didn't mean to interrupt, mate.
Yeah, no worries, Shawnee. Yeah, I got to agree with you. I just think that, you know, they whatever way they see the game going, they're like, all right, that one's offside, that one's onside. It's real travesty for the game. And, you know, I thought Pogba nearly broke Kane's ankle there, you know, the one where he came in from behind. And I thought that was a sending off as well. I can't understand it, you know, by the letter of the law, his studs are up. He's coming in from behind. What, just because he's Paul Pogba and he's a World Cup winner and he's, you know, he's this flamboyant character. He's not getting sent off. I think it's a joke.
It's because of United. It's because of United. Look, I know so many people tell me I'm wrong, you're stupid, you're conspiracists. But my genuine feeling, and when I've looked at the results, I feel like VAR is dictating what's going on throughout the seasons. You look at the year Liverpool won the league. How many decisions did they get the rubber to green with that other teams weren't getting during that season? You look at United, right? The goal, it was a goal not so long ago. For me, if Harry Kane was offside against Southampton when we played in the first time round, then that goal should have been disallowed. But they get it, and for me, it just seems like what Enrique is saying here, that it does seem there's an element of it that controls the table. That for me, and the reason why I say that is they don't want United dropping outside the Champions League because they know with how badly Man United have been mismanaged that it's going it is happening. But the reason why they don't want it to happen is because they want their best exports, the biggest clubs worldwide that make the most money. They want them in Champions League every single season.
I fully agree.
That's my opinion on VAR.
No, I fully agree. And I think anyone with half a brain can see that. The problem is that there's a lot of deluded fans that do support the United, the Liverpools of the world. And, you know, they just see it as having a little bit of a rubber the green, you know what I mean? They see it as, oh, yeah, we just got a little bit lucky with the decision and this and that. But I really don't think it is. I would scrap even the offside. I'd go something, if they had something like what that was in the NFL, what Shawnee was saying, I'd be all right with it. But I would scrap the whole VAR and just go back to goal line technology, and that's it.
That's it.
You know,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Goal line tech, because obviously we remember the Pedro Mendes and Roy Carroll incident where the ball's like half a meter over
Frank
the line.
Lampard World Cup 2010.
World Cup, exactly.
That's all you need it for. Everything else should be subjective. Everything else, I'm okay with referees or linesmen making errors because you hope that
you're fuming at the end of the day.
You're fuming, but it adds to the spice. But when you're like, oh, I'm letting you off because you didn't see it, but then I'm going to the referee in the box and he makes a double bad decision. Yeah. Like, who am I angry with? I'm no longer angry with the linesman. I've got to be angry with someone who's invisible. Fuck that. Yeah. Get rid of all of it and just allow the goal line technology. That's all that it needs to be.
Yeah, I'd love it to go back to that. But unfortunately, you know, the way things are, I can't really see it happening. It's the ball's already rolling with the VAR. They're gonna just keep trying to justify it, and you know, I guess it provides more jobs for people in FIFA and whatnot. So for them, it's
the thing is, you're spot on, Amir. They're never ever going to get rid of it. They've pumped that much money and invested that much money into it. They will make it work, and they will force it somehow just to have it, just to be stubborn. Even though fans really don't want it, you know, they're going to keep going because there's been so much money put into this, and it's been put into it for the last 10 years. It hasn't just been all of a sudden technology is available, put it into football. They've been putting money into it as well, you know, so they're going to be that stubborn. They're going to keep persisting with it at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it's on us as a club, and it's on Conte as the manager to we know that stuff's going to go against us. We've got to be that good on the pitch that it's not even a factor, and we put games to bed. And that's where I'm at with it all.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Absolutely love it, Amir. Anything else you want to say about my man?
Yeah, lad. Yeah, there's a comment in here by Liam that I out because I just think it's one of the funniest comments I've seen on YouTube in my entire life. Right?
Who's it by?
Liam won around. I guess it was quite a while back, just below.
Is that it?
Nah, not even that one. Not even that one. That's a great one as well. That's a great one as well.
Is it above that, Amir?
It's further back.
It's quite a way back. It's quite a way back.
Okay, what did he say?
He goes, when I die, I want Tottenham to lower me into my grave so they can let me down one last time.
that was about 2 hours ago, Amir.
Oh, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. Nice.
Brilliant.
What's your prediction for Wednesday night?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0, we're going to do them.
Yeah.
Goal scorers?
I hope Kane gets one, and I hope for Songy to as well, get on the score sheet. Yeah, Kane and Song.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I love it. But look, Amir, where can people find you, my man? You do have a podcast.
Yeah, that's right, David. And thank you for letting me just quickly plug it. And it would be fantastic if we did get the whole of the Flat Cap Army and the Spurs.
Can you put the link in the private
it.
chat here, and I'll put it into the chat for you?
Oh yeah, I will do. It's called the Open Peace Podcast. Basically, what we were doing before the Ukraine and Russia war, we bring Israelis and Palestinians together to discuss things that are going on over here in the Holy Land. And basically try and build bridges and build a better future for the people living here, so they don't have to live in revolving conflict. It's endless over here. And since the Ukraine and Russia thing's been going on, we've also trying to bring people on and talk about the whole issue over there, and really try and push for peace. Obviously, it's just disgraceful. It's not even Russia; it's Putin. He's a madman, doing what he's doing over there. So,
whereabouts are you, Amir?
I'm in Israel at the moment, Sean.
Nice, mate. In Tel Aviv or a different place? Whereabouts?
Yeah, just outside of Tel Aviv, just a little city called Kfar Saba. It's like 20 minutes north of Tel Aviv or something like that.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, it's in the chat there, guys. So if anybody wants to get over and check it out, and it's your sort of thing, there is the link in the chat. Just click on it. It'll bring you over to Amir's channel, and just smash that subscribe on it, guys.
That's it. It does mean the world to me and my whole team as well. We got a whole team behind the podcast, Israelis and Palestinians together. Yeah. So thanks a lot for having me on, David. And come on, you Spurs. Let's go and beat Brighton and smash West Ham, eh?
Come on, Amir.
Let's get after it. Let's get after it.
Before we let Amir go, just want to make sure you knew on my channel, bro, I blocked you by mistake. I'm sure you've seen it. And then I unblocked you once I figured out how to do it. I didn't mean to block you, bro.
Nah, no worries.
I was trying to block one of those Russian bot things or whatever, and then I double tapped on the wrong name, and then you got blocked for a whole week or something. I didn't mean to.
No worries.
I'm happy you're back.
No worries, lad. No worries. I'll be listening out. I love the show as well, and I'm loving the walks with Bugsy, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you.
Keep it up. Take it easy, lads.
Big up, Amir. Big up. Amir. What a legend. Oh, guys, I love listening to Amir. He comes on. He's just he's so laid back. He just
so chill.
Yeah,
so chill, isn't he?
I absolutely love it. Big up Amir. He always brings good talking points with him as well. He's an absolute legend. But guys, this is his podcast, Open Peace Podcast. Get over there and smash that subscribe, guys. Claude Murphy says, Dave, I want a flat cap. Big up, Claude. Are you going to the game? If you go to the game, I'll bring you a flat cap, my man. If you are, let me know if you're going to any of the games. Big up, Claude. I will do loving a bit of them here. But look, it is the last guest in the evening. Let's get him on, guys. It's the one and only. I don't know whether to call him Tottenham Tantrum Gold.
Oh, he's back!
Or Grand Prix Gold. What do you prefer now?
You two are like a drug. I go and leave to have a quiet evening because I don't feel great.
He's back!
It's like you're drawing me back in. Come back.
That's when I thought I could leave.
It's like I'm like this. I'm starting shaking and getting the shakes and everything. I have to go and get my fix.
Nice.
So I have to go and see Dave and Shawnee. How are you this evening, lads?
Good, Dermo. Good, mate. How are you, bro?
Yeah, feel better, but look, it's nearly game day. As I said to you last night, I'm in the middle of that cycle now. I'm getting buzzing now. I'm getting ready for game day.
Well, what time is the Grand Prix stuff on for your Wednesday debut?
I'll talk about that later. I'm here to talk about the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. Okay. We're going to beat Brighton. But thanks for bringing it up, Sean.
No, I'm just because I don't know if it does it clash? Like where's
no, we're going on at 4 in the afternoon. We're doing our preview show.
Okay.
And Sunday's going to be tight because the West Ham game. It starts at 4:30 and the Grand Prix sort of finishes. 25 past.
Where's your priority, bro?
Yeah, where does your allegiance lie, Darren?
New channel. It's like a new manager bounce. New channel bounce. Like, is that what you were focusing on right now?
I was going to say to you, Dave, can we have a drink and talk about it? I think that'd be the best thing. We'll go down to the pub and we'll have a chat about it. It's split 50-50, but no, lads, great show this evening. Pair of you, brilliant as always. And, it's absolutely fantastic watching you. So thanks for having me on. But Spurs are going to win. Okay. Yeah, I'm all right. I'll get through it. Always do. Spurs are going to beat Brighton on Wednesday. No doubt about it whatsoever. Dave's going to be there.
Walk us through the game. How do you see it? How do you see it shaping out?
I see us starting fast, starting mean, getting 2 early goals, Kane and Son. Then we're going to sit back a little bit, let Brighton come onto us, and we're just going to hit them on the break. Keep hitting them on the break. And that's how we're going to do it. Because Brighton are quite open side, so we play better against open sides than we do against teams that park the bus, basically, because we can't dismantle them for some reason.
Do you think Kane and Son can have a complete U-turn from their performance against United and get themselves into gear in time for Brighton?
Yeah, sorry. I think so, but I don't think Kane and Son played that badly Saturday. I actually don't. I think both teams didn't play well. It was only one man, and our defending. Please, Eric Dyer, when you're a defender, you go at the ball, you run at the man. You don't stand there with your hands behind your back and give Ronaldo, who can hit a ball, have a shot. God, let's see what you can do. Sit there with his hands behind him and then watch the ball go into the top corner and then Luis sort of dive with it with his wrong hand.
Oh, when I first saw it, I thought that Dyer was getting ready for a bit of dominatrix, to be honest with you. I just... kind of like, what are you doing walking backwards with your hands behind your back? I mean, what am I missing here, I was missing. I was like, what's going on? What am I missing? But, he just scored the whole goal. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, have you, Sean, and Bugsy Malone in that back three, and all three of them would have done a better job.
Man, I mean, Bugsy can now. I put a little bit of cloth over my head, and Bugsy can, I'm 6'1". Bugsy can jump. She's only a foot off the ground. She can jump and she can get her mouth to my head, so she can jump 6'1" in the air.
Yeah, you should have just
set her for that. I should be able to fucking do it. Come on!
Should have Bugsy for the corner of the other day.
I mean, how ridiculous was that? Stick the smallest man on Ronaldo. Why didn't they put Romero on Ronaldo?
I think he kind of. I don't know. I've watched it back, Dermo, like 10 times, and I can't figure out whether we were doing a zonal or a man marking. But if it was man marking, then it was Romero that lost him. But if it was zonal, then I don't know what happened. But I think the people that are giving, I think if then it's on Romero, right? But I don't think you can blame Doherty too much.
No, you can. I was going to say that to you. Actually, you can. But I thought Doherty had a good game. Actually, I thought he didn't have a bad game.
Yeah.
When we got the equaliser, you could see Conte on the touchline screaming, "Focus, focus, touch." Think about it. Focus. And what do? We shut off. We think the job's done. Instead of having that killer instinct, let's go for the winner.
Yeah.
Let's get 3 points. They're rocking. It's like a boxer. When you got a boxer on the ropes, you finish them off.
Exactly. And look, that's what kind of kills me from about the game. Because, I mean, look, I keep saying this, but coming back twice from behind is no mean feat at Old Trafford. It's not an easy thing to do, no matter what era. And it's kind of like, you got the second goal. It was an own goal by Maguire. Go at them. He's nervous. He's going to be shaky as shit. This United team is there for the taking. Who wants top four more? Show us. Show us how badly you want it. Grab the game by the bollocks and go at them. And we did step back. But I think the reason why we sat back is because straight away after we got the equaliser, they went and got their second goal. And it's kind of like, I think that was already playing on their mind. And it's just, look, me personally, I don't think the midfield, I'm sorry, not the midfield, I thought the midfield was good. But I don't think really any of our defenders really kind of played well, or our attackers, to be honest with you. I think we were the better team overall, but I don't think. So I was very let down by the defense. I was very let down by the defense. But I agree with you. I would like to have seen us maybe go at that game. It just shows how badly do you want the top four, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Sean, you've watched it 10 times. Well, parts of it. Where do you think we went wrong?
Well, no. When I said I watched it, I watched those. I watched the highlights. Yeah. I was trying to get, because I've got screenshots, you know, on the. I don't know, David, if it's worth getting them up again, or if not, I don't mind. But just those, I was trying to fix.
Yeah, logos gone, same ones as we used last night.
Yeah, the logos are gone. Yeah, just the similar things, right? So, this is the first. This is the second goal. I genuinely think, Dermo, the first goal. Yes, there's an argument that Dyer should have stepped out quicker and didn't have his hands behind his back, because he wouldn't have had his arm. He wouldn't have needed his hands to be out by his backside if he came out, because Ronaldo hit the ball from 23 yards. There's also an argument, if you watch it back, that Lloris was positionally was pretty poor, right? And the third goal, like I say, in terms of the header, I don't know, I don't know how much you can really blame, because it looked like Ronaldo jumps. His feet are 2 feet off the floor, and yes, he's leaning a little bit lower, but I still don't think it's reasonable to expect a normal human being to be able to get, you know, like Doherty, to get 2 feet off the floor or 18 inches off the floor from a standstill. This is the only goal where I don't know. You know, me and Dave tried to figure it out last night, right? So this is and I'd love to get your opinion on it. So this, I was
just going to say, do you see the two Man United the midfielders there? We've got 1, 2, 3 players nowhere near them.
Pogba's nearest the referee. Fred is nearest Bentancur at the back here, right?
Yeah, you've got Pogba on his own completely. Nobody near him.
Yeah,
you've got the other Man United player there. Do you know you got? I think that's Davis or Dyer coming out, pointing, shouting to that player, get near him. He's shouting to him, get near him. But you got this player here, Man United player at the back. Do you know, we're not
in this clip, we actually have all 11 men behind the ball as well.
Yeah. If you can see, the midfield is just all over the place. There's nobody's picking up their man.
The thing to point out here, Dermo, is to figure out who's responsible for the poor usage of the offside trap. Dyer has already moved. He's already jumped up. He's moved from, you see where whoever the guy is, Sancho. No, not Sancho. Whoever the guy is next to Dyer, right? Yeah. Dyer's already jumped up. He's put his hand in the air, and this is before the ball's even hit. So is Dyer at fault for calling the offside trap too early? Because he's moved from 5 foot behind where he is now, moved up and then pivoting back. You see Davies that's reacting to Dyer's hand. He's jumped up, and if we go to, and you can't see Reguilon in this shot.
Just on this one, I think look, I do think to call it for the offside, but him having his arm up is also, it can be used as a signal to tell everybody else, you know, without having to shout it, so that you can spring the offside trap. Yeah, arm up, get out, you know.
But Dyer's called it very early, because the ball hasn't even been hit, right? So it's about half a second later that we go to this second slide where the ball is actually hit down into the channel. Dyer is now playing. He's offside. He's trying to make Sancho and Ronaldo offside. Davies is trying to step up. Davies has reacted to Dyer, and I'm guessing that Dyer is put his hand up and hoping that Reguilon steps. But this is the point. At the point of the kick, right? You've got Dyer's already backtracking. Davies still technically at this point is playing on, but all 3 of the players, as the ball's just about to be kicked, right? So I'm not sure. I thought about it over and over again. I don't know if it's just Reguilon I know that it's like maybe a fraction of a second later, when the ball is actually hit, and I've caught the screenshot wrong. And at the point of the actual connection of the ball from the player with the ball, it's only Reguilon that is playing Ronaldo one side. But at this particular point, essentially, Davies is also playing all those players on, and you go to the third shot. Oh, sorry, the third shot's where the ball was. So, Domo, what are your thoughts so far on those?
If you look at Ronaldo here, right, you've got two players next to him, right? If you go on to the next slide, them two players are well behind them.
Yeah.
So why aren't them two players double marking him?
Because they were late to respond to the offside trap.
So that means there's no communication then from the whole back five.
No, but like the thing is, if Dyer's the leader and he calls it, it's up to everybody else then to get up in line. And you go back and you look at the line. You have Doherty, you have Romero, and you have Dyer all in the line. So them three have got the line correct. It's offside if Reguilon doesn't keep him onside. And Reguilon's only after coming back in. And he was just lazy. If you go back and look at the actual video, Reguilon's too late to react to get up. But then he's also too late to react to get back. And the reason why
he's jogs back. Look at
the reason why he's too late to get back is because he already knew he fucked up. Because as soon as that ball was played in, he's there screaming at the linesman, putting his hand up, begging him to give him the offside. He already knew he fucked up at that point. And that's why he wasn't concentrating to get back. He was too busy screaming at the linesman.
You see, nobody is doing their jobs. They have jobs to do. When Dyer says, right, we're moving up, you watch, I hate to say it, but you watch the Arsenal defence under Tony Adams, Steve Bold, Nigel Winterburn, Lee Dixon, right? When one of them moves, they moved as a unit. How many times did Arsenal get an offside with that great George Graham side? You know, the 98, 9, 90 times.
For them, it was science, wasn't it? It wasn't guesswork.
They worked on it every day. They had ropes tied around each other in training.
But all I'm saying is, Dermot, is if we can blame Reggie, and I think me and Dave agreed yesterday we were blaming Reggie, right? But did Eric Dyer call the offside trap? He moved too soon. This is before the ball's even been played.
I agree with you, Sean.
A second here, Dyer's already moved and looking back. Davies is trying to catch up. And then for what it's worth, down here on the right-hand side where you've got that Lex or Lee Cronin space, like that thumbnail, that's probably where Reguilon is right now. So I just don't know. I don't know whether Dyer moved too quick.
Sean, he's stepping up, anticipating what's already coming. So he's bringing the offside trap. That's not Dyer. That's good defending. He already foresees what's coming.
Fair enough.
What you can't do in the defensive line is be caught out watching a player, and the more he drops deep, the more you drop deep. You've got to concentrate on that defensive line. That's the difference between a goal. That's the difference between offside and not. You've got to concentrate. You've got to keep that line straight. That line is straight. They're all offside.
Yeah.
But because it's not straight and Reguilon's keeping them on, that's where the goal comes from. And that's Reguilon. Everyone else got it right, even though Ben Davies was late to react. When the actual line was drawn, it was only Reguilon keeping him on site. So Ben Davies, he was caught lapsing, but he just got away with it. Reguilon didn't. And they know this in training. Dyer is the one in the middle. He's the one that caused that line. He caused it, you get up with it. That's what I was taught when I was younger in training and stuff. The main defender at the centre back, the loudest, he caused the line. It's up to you to get up with it. If you don't get up with it and you keep someone on side, you're getting a bollocking, you're getting laps, you're getting punished.
You see, I played fullback when I was at school. I was a right fullback at school, centre back, right fullback, and my job was, if you're a right fullback, you got your player to mark. You mark them tight. You don't let them out of your sight. You always keep them within an arm reach of you. If you can reach out and touch your marker, you're spot on. If you can't touch them, then you're not doing your job correctly. And one of them should have got close to Ronaldo, knowing if this doesn't work, he's going to run, he's going to leg it.
Well, let me ask this, Dermot. Is there any blame here? Lloris, we know, doesn't like to get off his line. Should he, at this point, or even maybe even at this point, just after the ball's been played from his foot down the channel, down towards whoever that guy is in the channel down there, should Lloris be on the edge of the 6-yard, or not necessarily, but moving forward? His feet are planted. He looks like he at best wants to make a save.
But is there any argument that Lloris should be anticipating, because the ball's already been hit, the ball's already been crossed to Ronaldo, and Lloris is still 2-footed, and he's not looking to intercept. He's looking to make a save that never was asked of him. Is there any argument there that Lloris should be approaching and trying to intercept that before Ronaldo gets his feet to it?
Personally, yes, I think he should have done. When I play FIFA, I always get my goalkeepers to run out when they're in. I always do.
Triangle button.
Yeah, it narrows the striker's options because it narrows the angle. So yeah, you look at the best goalkeepers in the world; most of them will run out for these sort of positions. I mean, you can't blame him for the goal because Ronaldo had the whole goal to hit at, so you can't blame him for that. But I will blame him. He needs to think, right, even if they scored, I've tried. And that's the thing. You can't be flat-footed. You have to get out there and put your body on the line. That's what you play for the club for. You put your body on the line.
Spot on, mate.
Spot on. But look, guys, we're gonna wrap it up because it's past midnight now, and I do have to be up at 7. So we are going to wrap it up there, guys. Just a couple of super chats to take before we do end off. And we have Faz Radford. Says, David, remember me if Kane wins the Golden Boot. Faz, I'll always remember you, my man. You're always here, brother. And look, we both said it. But so I said he's going to finish club top scorer. You reckon he's going to get Golden Boot from the Premier League? We'll wait and see, Faz. Big yourself up, my man. The bottom dude says, if given a chance, which 5 players will he get from other Premier League teams? No City, Liverpool, Chelsea, or Ronaldo?
Everton have got a couple of good players. If they go down, I'd buy Damari Gray for a pittance. I'd probably go after Gordon. There's 2 options there. I think Everton have got, and maybe Richarlison, maybe Calvert-Lewin. Everton have got a few good players, and Everton are going to go down, in my opinion. And so Everton need money to balance their books. I'd go and take a few of their more offensive midfielders or strikers.
I'd definitely take Rafinha from Leeds as well. I think he's quality. James Ward-Prowse, there's one. If you're looking for an attacking option, I probably would consider Dwight McNeil from Burnley. Olise from Palace, I think he's absolutely wicked. You've got Conor Gallagher there as well. I think, good energy in midfield. Look, there's loads, my man. There's absolutely loads. Any defenders, let me think. Who do I like? Do you know what? I would take a punt off Matty Cash from Villa. I like him, I think he provides good option down that right from the right back sort of position. I like him as well.
Dunk? Would you take Dunk?
No, I wouldn't take Dunk. I think he's overrated. Yeah, I think, look, probably better than what we have, I suppose, in some regards. But I don't know. I think he's overrated. Good question. The bottom do. I'll come back to you on that one. I need to write out. I'll tell you what, me, Sean, Dermot, and I'll get Jack to do it as well. Write out a list of 5 players. And next time we're back on, we'll come back to you with our 5, my man.
I'm going for Bugsy Malone. I'm sorry, that's my first one on the team sheet. Bugsy Malone. If she can jump that high, I'm definitely having her in the team.
I love it. But big up the ball. Do it. Ellie says Bugsy would have snarled at Ronaldo and bitten him on his mullet like she did with your cap. Sean, not like Bloody Tyre, who was a whip, like Dermot said, turned his back with his hands behind him and didn't even attempt to press him.
Yeah, this is the other hat. This is number 4 that she's shooting. She likes a.
Can I just say a comment to that?
Yeah,
Dave's okay. Graham Roberts, Dave Mackay would be turning in his grave. Graham Roberts would be looking at that, shaking his head, because they're the type of players that would put their boot in. Roberts lost teeth in the cup final. Dave Mackay broke his leg. They gave their all, and you got the likes of Dyer. Them don't even want to get their kit dirty. It's embarrassing. They're an embarrassment to the club.
Yeah, exactly. And look, Ellie, we'll have to. Hopefully, we can bring Bugsy Malone with us to the West Ham game, Ellie. Put a little Spurs kit on him and send him out there to help clear anything.
It's a her. It's a she.
It's a she. Yeah. It doesn't use pronouns or anything like that, Sean. No.
Queen Bugsy.
I love it. Big up, Ellie. What a legend. And but Ellie, we'll bring them to the West Ham game for sure. Just let them off the leash anytime. Looks like they're ready to go at us. And then Chase Mullen says, don't know if you lads have already discussed the topic, but what do you think about Memphis Depay coming to Tottenham as a second striker? Look, for me, I've always liked Memphis Depay, to be honest with you. I think, look, at United he was dreadful. There's no hiding from it. But look, I think Memphis Depay is a good player. He offers us a complete different option to Harry Kane. He offers us that pace in behind. He's a quick guy. He's good on the ball, can create his own chances. I like Memphis Depay, to be honest with you. And look, I would much rather have him than bring in Carlos Vinicius again. That's for sure. That's what I would say. Sean, anything you want to say, Chasey?
100%. I think the guy's a good player. There's lots of players that started out at Manchester United and didn't work out, and then they went out elsewhere into Europe and became world-class players. And there's another one who went to Barcelona. I forget his name off the top of my head. A defender who was at United when he was a youth team player, went out to in Barcelona. Gerard Piqué, exactly, right? So just because you don't necessarily succeed at United doesn't mean that you didn't make it. And I don't know. There's some argument that Memphis Depay is a bit more like another Steven Bergwijn, notwithstanding just the fact that he's Dutch. But I think he's a good player, and I think he ups the level. I think that there is a little bit of caliber. We do need to up the caliber.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'd be nice to get players in that have big names around them that kind of just ups the kind of the overall nature and the brand of the squad. I'd take him as long as it wasn't on huge money. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a good option. I'd have him for sure.
Yeah, well, there you have it, Chase Mullins. I think we're happy with it, my man. Big up, Chase. Really appreciate the support, brother. What an absolute legend. Dermot, what channel do you want to plug, my man?
Is all right? Can I just plug both of them? Sorry if that's okay.
No, it's absolutely outrageous.
Damn, I'm going to do it anyway. You can find me on Tottenham Tantra Gold with Kuva, and Kuva's taking a bit of a break. Phil's taking a bit of a break. So we'll have me and special guests. We've got Bobby Kay on with me in the morning at 12:30.
Nice.
For a show. And then Wednesday at 4:00, we have the big one. We have the debut of Grand Prix Gold. Me and Tiago, we're doing a preview to the Formula One season. And then on Saturday, we're doing the qualifying. Sunday, we're doing the race for the whole 23 race calendar. So that's where you'll find me. And then I've got a post-match show on TTG on Wednesday evening after the Brighton game. So keeping myself pretty busy. So I'm looking forward to them.
No, I absolutely love it. Dermot, don't come out with a third channel, lad. This is taking forever to put the links in there.
I've got the link from a new channel. Can I put that in the private chat if that's all right?
I have it here, lad. I have it here.
Jesus, you're well ahead of me.
I'm telling you, lad, I'm all over it, lad. I'm all over it.
Game of football goals coming next summer.
No. Well, what we're gonna do leading up to the World Cup, I'm thinking of doing old World Cup matches on TTG. So like from World Cup
channel, we can't take it, lad.
No, we're doing it through TTG. It'd be TTG does classic World Cup matches. So
I love that.
So
I love
Ireland against France, and hopefully we can get Omri sort of sent off this time that we can qualify.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice for sure. But there you have it, guys. The link is in the chat here for Tottenham Thatcher Gold and Grand Prix Gold, guys. Get over there and smash that subscribe buttons. Shawnee, where can people find you, my man?
Spurs Talk Show, mate. I just want to say thank you to all of the to you, mate, especially, but to all of the Irish Hotspur community. It's gone gangbusters. In the last week, I was on 590 or something like a few days ago, and now I'm on nearly 650. It's madness. It's absolute madness. You guys are showing so much love to my channel. Yeah, on my channel you can find. I take my dog for a walk every morning, Bugsy Malone, and we talk about Tottenham, get things off my chest, which seems to be quite a popular version of content. And then I do other things, just like game shows and live streams that are kind of more still Tottenham, still serious, but also a bit of banter and fun, and try not to get too deep into the depression of how our season's panning out. So it's always lighthearted and funny. And then as often as I can be, I'm on here and I'm on Dermot's channel, Tottenham Tantrum Gold, and I pop on other channels as well. I'm a bit of a community slut, but Spurs Talk Show is my home. Love it. If anybody who hasn't already wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button. But I appreciate everyone who's already done it. It's my growth has been phenomenal. So thank you, everybody. I love you all.
Absolute legends.
And on that as well, I'd like to thank David and Jack for all their support on my YouTube journey. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So everyone, please hit the subscribe button on this channel. Hit a like. Let's get them to 7,000. They deserve it because they're not only good, they're not only gentlemen, they're actually brothers as well. So let's keep this channel moving onwards and upwards.
No, look, I appreciate it, but look, it's not me. You should be thanking. It's the people out there that are getting over there and subscribing, guys. So it is. But look, I appreciate the sentiments, though, lads. I always appreciate kind when it's not like, come on. But look, everybody out there, massive thank you for tuning in today. And massive thank you to everybody for smashing the like, for smashing the subscribe button, and a massive thank you to everybody who's helped support the channel financially, guys. A massive help. You have no idea how much it helps us out. Look, I'm off on my voyage now. I'm going over to Brighton away, West Ham at home. Jack is also over there in the UK as well, guys. So we might not have too much on this week, but next Monday we'll be back with the fan show and kicking on then, for the rest of the season, full pelt, pure Tottenham content, guys. So look, appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. And we'll see you all back here very, very soon. As always, look, if you do want content in the meantime, Tottenham Tantrum Gold, Spurs Talk Show, give them the support and then come back to us after the week. But as always, guys, come on, you Spurs. In Conte we trust.
Come on, you
Spurs!
Spurs.
Die!
Do it.
Die!